У меня ваши все контакты есть. И проверял все банки, и ваши контакты обнаружил более достоверно, пришло сообщение некое. Как только говорили, я знаю, где вас. Да.
Да, Юрий, я вам ответил на вопрос, да, то есть если вам что-то нет, значит, по какой-то причине резюме было отсюда. Спасибо, что
Just quickly move.
А лето 1 собачка EUA? Это не вы были. Да. Хорошо, давайте. Вы можете мне смс на этот номер скинуть, и я вам пришлю. Это будет как раз до помощи. Хорошо, но мы еще не начали, не волнуйтесь. Я жду от вас сообщения. Хорошо. Вот. Да. Наш разговор как раз тоже попал уже в онлайн-трансляцию. В общем, да.
Okay.
Do you need some help?
No, no, I'm cool.
Okay,
I'm cool.
great.
I'm all ready and pumped up. Okay, let's just see if I can connect it here, and that's it. Okay, hopefully it will show. Yeah, it just doesn't show what I want. Okay. Slideshow. Pause. Not that. Display. Start. Hello, my name is Artem, and thank you very much for staying after Anumal's great presentation. I see that, you know, online marketing maybe is not so popular as trade shows. So basically, I'll talk briefly about myself. That's not the very important information, so I will go really quickly. So my name is Артем Даніліантс. I live in Helsinki, Finland, and I work in a company that does digital marketing. We do basically websites, digital marketing, LinkedIn, Google AdWords, all that jazz. And also we work in a few countries. And besides that, I have also a small company in Ukraine that creates leather products. So I'm also, in a sense, in your position, because I also take my products that I make in Ukraine abroad. So I can actually show you, hello, you can still make it. Okay, so I also have the same situation, is that I create something here and I take it around the world. So I can show you some of the strategies that I use and some of the things that I use. But before that, how many of you are in B2B? So you sell to business only, business only. Okay, all right. So we'll focus, I guess, primarily on B2B. I have also quite a lot of stuff about B2C, but we'll see how it goes. Most important, keep asking questions. But I got started in online marketing. I was in high school. I think it was my 11th year or something, and I got really interested in coding. And I created my first website, did search engine optimization and so forth, and I grew it to such a big website that I was able to put Google advertisement on it and start actually earning real money. And all of a sudden then I had people working for me and so forth. So my first company online, I started in high school, and I already had employees in US and so forth. So that's my first kind of trial, so to speak, of how to create business online. And currently, I think what is wonderful for you guys and pretty amazing is that with internet, you can compete with huge companies around the world. And you can win because in many industries, in B2B, they suck at online marketing. Logistics, food production, construction, those are the industries, for example, that you cannot like right away think like, wow, these guys know what they're doing. They're doing like online marketing every day. They're spending big money. In most cases, it's just like, let's put a website. That's it. That's online marketing for you. Because it's very traditional business. You go, you sell, and so forth. So my idea today is to show you some of the strategies that we use with our clients and strategies that I personally use in order to go abroad. Okay, makes sense? So far, so good. Okay. So B2B, as you probably understand, and B2C are very different. First of all, lifetime value. Do you know what is lifetime value? Have you ever calculated lifetime value for your clients? No?
Yes.
Okay, lifetime value is very important. What is lifetime value? When somebody becomes your client, he usually doesn't buy once. He buys a few times at least. So think about it. What is average value of a client? So if usually he buys 10 times and usually 1,000 euro, then lifetime value on average 10,000 euro for a client. Why you need to understand lifetime value is that in B2B it's much more expensive and time consuming to do marketing. So if your lifetime value is 300 euros and you spend 500, it's not gonna really work. In B2C, lifetime value is very small. It's like somebody buys jeans. Like today, for example, I probably will go and use this amazing opportunity of being in Kiev. I will go and buy some clothes. My wife is from Ivano-Frankivsk, and we live in Helsinki, and she's always like, you go to Ukraine, you buy clothes. You always buy clothes. I'm like, why? She's like, good quality, very cheap. You buy it there. So I'm gonna listen to my wife and go buy some present for her and maybe some clothes for me. So average, So average lifetime value of a customer in B2C is very small. So when you do marketing, it has to be really cheap, or it doesn't make sense. Okay, so far so good. So let's talk about B2B, and we did webinar sessions and so forth, and I realized that there is a lot of B2B companies here, so I'm going to start with B2B, because I think it's very important for you, and we're going to go to B2C. So before, if you think about it, how B2B companies went global. Usually they open the company in another country, they open an office, they hired a salesperson, at least one salesperson that can answer the phone and talks that language. All right? Very expensive. So if you want to open, an office, for example, in USA, 10,000 euro you need to invest for one salary man and for one office and registration of the company and everything. 10,000 euro is a lot. A lot. I think it's a lot, and a huge money, I think, to waste. By the way, did you know that in Delaware, USA, is I think one of the only places on earth when you can register a company so that even the government doesn't know who owns the company. You own the company by showing a certificate, and that person who has certificate in hand, that person owns the company.
Which state?
Delaware.
Oh.
I think it's wonderful because it's like, wow. Like a voucher for a company. Anyway, so nowadays it's very simple. What I really love about online marketing is that you guys can try something very quick and very cheap. So let's take an example. We have a gentleman here, for example, who does 3D modeling and some graphic and modeling work for companies. He came up with the idea, for example, that I want to try a Norwegian market. Maybe it will work. So what he before used to do, open office in Norway, hire a Norwegian speaker, all that jazz. Now he can create a landing page, translate that to Norwegian for maybe like 20 euro, and then create a LinkedIn advertisement campaign and target Norwegian construction companies. And that way he can test a new market, sitting at the office, not hiring anybody, and if there is some indication that it works, then he continues investing more and more and more. But this is the way that, for example, I work with my products. We have leather wallets that are made in Ukraine, and boom, crazy idea. Let's try Germany. Okay, why Germany? Because they don't speak English. Okay, why exactly Germany? Because they have monies and we don't. So, but anyway, so we tried Germany because we saw that they don't use English websites. They want everything in German. So we created a version of the product in German, put it there, and today we had our second sale. But we invested 25 euro. if you think about it, this is what I love about my business. This is what I love about online in general. Is that obviously in B2B, if you sell huge trucks, you're not gonna, try with 50 euro and sell, 4 trucks. But what I'm trying to say is that the same scheme works in business to business as well now. Okay, so this is what I think is really important, and I saw some of the websites of companies that participate in this project, and I have some ideas. But in business to business, the trustworthiness is everything. So for example, if I buy a wallet, or if I buy jeans or shoes or something, if I buy it online, I spend maybe $50, and then if the jeans are bad, or they don't come, or something, I'm like, wow, that sucks. That's really bad. But in business to business, the deal is thousands of euros or dollars or something like that. It's not okay if it doesn't happen, so you have to be really trustworthy. So what I mean by trustworthiness, we're not going to talk about trustworthiness in offline, because that's a different story. I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what I have expertise in, and that's online. How we can make sure that online we look trustworthy, right? So, okay, first of all, your website is your business card, and again, I heard a few people mention that we don't want to invest a lot in the website, but the way that I think about it is this. Every salesman in every business-to-business company costs money. Okay, good. Every salesman costs money, but imagine this, your website is a salesman that never sleeps. It always tries to bring you people, leads, basically money. So what do I consider a trustworthy website? First of all, multilingual. So if we have only Ukrainian language, it's not very international, not very trustworthy. In that sense that if German person looks at it then. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah, yes. But if we have a multilingual website and we don't have any person who can answer on this for email or by phone in this language, should we do this?
So that depends, but I would say that in European Union, English language is okay in most countries. There are exceptions like France, Germany, Spain, and Italy. Yes, there are exceptions. Okay, we found a few. We found a few. But the way that I think about it is this: if you get somebody to contact you, I wouldn't say make a website on all the languages, but identify which ones are important to you in terms of the market. And then, if you don't have somebody who can answer in that language, you can always just go to Upwork.com and just hire a freelancer that will do the communication for you and pay him $5 an hour. Because usually it's not very sensitive information in the beginning. In the beginning it's like, hey, we're interested to buy a truck from you. How much does it cost? It costs this much. So basically that is, and if it's international buyer, even German company, they will speak English. And if you want to be really, really adventurous, you can use Google Translate. And you get best results if you translate first from Ukrainian to Finnish, then Estonian, then English, and then German. You get best results. So basically, okay. So another thing is that mobile optimization of website. And if we click it, let's see if it works. It opened my browser. Yep. So if I type here, for example, I don't know, like www. I don't know. I have some websites here. So Google has a special tester to see if your website is optimized for mobile. And if it's not optimized for mobile, you get penalty. Penalty in mobile search engine. So let's see. This website, for example, boom. Mobile friendly. You see here, just green. Mobile friendly. It works. So So definitely make sure that your website is mobile optimized. Okay? So another, modern design. Yeah, so about design. Look at your competitors in the international space and make sure that your website is as good, if not better, than theirs. So in most cases, because design is such an opinion kind of thing, but sometimes you go to the website and you see it's like from 1984. You see it, and it's also the wonderful thing about it is like last time updated 1992. And you're like, wow, that's really fresh. I'm sure the products are really up to date and have all the good information that I need. So definitely modern, but it depends. Contains fresh information. So if your website is stale, if it has old information, if it doesn't get updated, Google what it does.
Downgrade.
Yes. So Google doesn't like websites that have stale information, all that don't get updated. So get website updated. And again, you are here in an amazing place. I think you have to always think smart because, for example, in Kiev, how many international students are in Kiev?
A lot.
A lot. They usually want to earn a little bit on the side. All of a sudden you found somebody who can update the website in German or in English. English will be easiest. I mean, I'm sure there is English native speakers in Kiev like crazy. And when they live in Kiev, working from home, earning a bit of money, you know, for posting updates and stuff like that, I don't think it's a bad deal for them. So, yeah?
In our practice, we have the fail, maybe, where we try to translate our posts, our site into Lithuanian or some other languages that we don't know.
Understand yourself, yeah.
Yes, we don't understand ourselves. We go to agency.
Yeah?
And then, after some time, we found a lot of mistakes, and the main thing that we found a lot of mistakes, not in common words, but in words from our industry.
Yeah.
And we can't check if
Yeah.
it's correct.
Yeah.
How can we avoid this problem?
Well, I would start, if you have a website, I would start with English always.
Yes.
English is easier.
Yes.
English is easier. You can go on LinkedIn, find out somebody in your industry in Lithuania or Latvia or wherever, and just say that we'll pay you a little bit, just check the text.
Okay.
But in terms of translation, I like this website that is called icanlocalize.com. Okay. So this website you can use to really quickly translate text to many different languages and pay by word.
How
Yeah,
can
but-
we check
but-
correct?
If you pay a bit more, they have a blind test where they take one translator and he translates the text, and then second translator who doesn't know this translator checks the text and makes sure that it's correct. So it's two translators who check.
So it's like double check.
Yes, yes. Okay, very good.
There is another resource.
Yeah.
It's Fiverr.com.
Fiverr.
Yeah.
Fiverr is not bad. It's a bit different. It focuses on like pretty much everything.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
you can check the background of the translator.
Yeah. That's true. Fiverr.com.
Or give him a test and.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. So another thing is international domain. So that's like maybe opinion kind of deal, but if we have, for example, Apple doesn't have apple.us. And if you think about Microsoft doesn't have Microsoft you know, like US again. Or Finnish companies, in most cases, they go for .com, and the reason for .com is that, think about it, if your competitor, he has a .com address, it looks very like international, and then you have .com.ua, then right away you say like we're Ukrainian. It's not a bad thing. Ukraine is wonderful. It's not, but for him it's a signal. Maybe it's not international company.
And Google rank will be.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No. .com.ua.
It's matter where we make such a investigation on our side when we change from .com for UA, and in Ukraine we rise a lot.
Yeah, I can tell you the reason for that. The reason for that is that if you go to Search Console, Google has a Search Console. There is a geolocation. But if you have .com, you can force it to Ukraine anyway. You just didn't do it, but when you did, no, it's free. It's a Google tool.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you are correct in the sense that when you change to UA, it did automatic the geolocation change. But if you had .com, you could have done it by hand and have the same result. But it's
And which your source?
Google Search Console.
Yes, I understand. Yes, I know.
Yeah. Google Search Console. Yes. And I can even show you.
I know.
Yeah, but I mean that maybe some of our other attendees have never heard about this tool. So this is a free tool from Google, and if you go to, if I choose some website, for example, I choose, I don't know, like some website that I have admin access to, for example, our website, search traffic, international targeting. So here I can choose which country I want to target with my domain, and I can force the Google, even if I have .com, Arabian, whatever, I can say boom, just Ukraine, just focus on Ukraine. So here I have Finland. All right.
So,
Yes.
I have a question. If I would like to promote my service or goods to Poland, for example, I have to choose this option in Search Console, Poland country.
Yeah, but if you have if you want to like really focus on one region, I would create a Polish website, you know, like your company name.pl.
Okay, I understand this. For
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. But if you want to, focus on some target. Again, Google says this. We might listen to this setting or we might not. So Google is always a bit, we might or we might not. So in that sense, you know.
But what we should do when we want to be in different countries?
In different countries, in most cases, the best idea is to split the website in different domains if you want to like really focus. But if you don't want to put too much trouble in, you could just have different version of the language, of the site.
What should we check in this Search Console?
Then don't target any country. Yeah. All right. Good. Easy to navigate. So if you think about it, I don't know if you have ever on your website I guess I would call it some sort of like a path, flow path or something. If you think about it, like when people go to your website, they have different like targets people. For example, if we have somebody who wants to find out information of your, like sales guy, he goes to main page and then he goes to contact page, he finds the page and then for him the visit ends there. So if I want to find out, for example, your prices, I go to your main page, go to your maybe product page and then download pricing, then I leave. So you need to understand who visit your website and make sure that they can find out the information that they need with as little clicks as possible. So Google now also takes into account how deep is your navigation. So if I have to go front page, services, group of services, this, then additional information, then download, this path is too long. It has to be 1, 2, 3 clicks maybe most. So in that sense, it's very good to make sure that you optimize the path and the flow of your website. So that different people come to your website for different reasons and they have to find information with as little clicks as possible. Somebody, for example, likes a lot of text on their website. You know, they like to put everything on the front page. You know, so nobody has to go find anything. That's also not optimal. Okay, very good. So easy to find contact information. So this has to be in business to business, this has to be everywhere. So if I have to try to find information, then it means you fail. It has to be everywhere. So services and products outlined clearly. So that basically means that it's understandable what do we sell. And it's understandable what is part of the package. We could be a logistics company that does everything from Ukraine to Turkmenistan, but you know, for every service that has to be a page that explains that service. Warehousing, boom, what does it mean? Which countries? How big is it? How much does it cost? What can I put in there? Do you also deliver? Do you also fulfill from this warehouse? And so forth. In many cases, business to business, especially in traditional industries, is like, we do everything. You want logistics? We got it. So in that sense, you have to clearly identify your services. If you do, for example, work with construction, there are still services that you do. Marketing material, separate service, because different. Construction stuff may be different because it requires license and stuff like this, as we talked. So you can outline different services. And then, this is very important. In business to business, they don't think about this a lot. What is your competitive advantage? Why you?
Why not?
Yes, exactly.
Everyone thinking just it's a common question. Why not? So, of course, it's before coming to any market in any advertising. Anyone who is doing business has to do some modeling, understanding which is the price like or whatever. So really, in business to business, there are some products which are quite difficult to overcome. Even if you have a great staff, you are having good company, you know, good management, whatever. Certain brands, like I don't know. Let's go to cigarettes. There is a special item. Acetate filter. There are top companies in the world. If you start production here in Ukraine, I don't think you will be able to succeed.
This is what I call, you know, like hard to penetrate markets, because there is usually like a contract. It's the same as if you want to sell to the government. It's very hard to sell to the government because the playground is full. There is no space for you. So in that sense, it's maybe, you know, similar, but I still think that many of you here, your products are maybe not in those kind of fields where it's impossible to enter. For me personally, I think, for example, when we started our leather production here, I thought, you know, like, why would anybody buy, you know, like a leather wallet from me, from our company? Nobody knows us and so forth. But I identified that the only thing that I can truly compete with, that the big guys cannot compete with, is service. Like, not the service like, you know, like we have good service, but like amazing service. So like, for me, amazing service means that when a person is not happy with the product, we send a second product for free. And we don't ask for that product to be shipped back to us. No question asked. You're not happy, we send you something new. You're not happy, we give you money back. No questions, no hassle, nothing. And many times it makes a very big minus in the monthly statement. But the idea is that people get so surprised. They're like, wow, like I wasn't happy with the color violet, and they give me the full refund, and I still get to keep the wallet. And they answer at night. That's pretty amazing. So for me personally, what?
It's not for Ukrainian market.
Well, maybe.
We are still on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Ukraine is doing amazing in terms of progress, and it's just a matter of time. So I think, you know, the service will be here, I'm sure, and in some places already very amazing. So competitive advantage. What is the best way to show competitive advantage? You know, always I say that don't say show. So for example, if you're, again, logistics company, if you're affordable, then write a case study. There was a company, this and this and this. They had 20 buses we had to deliver to Uzbekistan or something. And they wanted to do it cost effectively, and this is what we did. And this is how we managed the price to be as low as possible. We maybe grouped it with another huge shipment, and then we maybe sent it by, I don't know, whatever. So basically you can explain, you can tell, and if client gives you permission, you can also put his logo and the person who deals with it, and then all of a sudden, maybe I feel I can trust you, because you're not saying you're cost effective. You're telling me that this is how we're cost effective, this is what we do. Okay? Let's go further. References, case studies, and partners. So, very big problem in the Ukrainian B2B websites. You don't put logos of the clients you work with.
Because they usually not allow us to use their logos.
But what you can do, what I do personally, in Ukraine they sign contracts, right? Mm-hmm. Somewhere there you can put, we have the right to use your company as a reference. Mm-hmm. But in many cases, I'm joking, but in many cases you can give a small discount on, or give them something so that they can say, okay. Mm-hmm. We can give you. Because if I go to the website and they say like, we're amazing logistics company, everywhere around the world, we do everything from Ukraine to, I don't know, like Jupiter. And then no clients, no mention of the clients. And I'm like, whoa, okay, pretty cool, but it's not really trustworthy. So yeah, so definitely I would do that. And case studies, so if you can open a certain case, then it will be really, really beneficial. So what we do is when we have big projects, we write case studies, sometimes even 20 pages. And I'm sure not a lot of people read them, but Google loves us. So that's very good. And also, if you cannot use the customer, you can use anonymized case studies where you don't mention customer, but it's not really trustworthy, then it's like, yeah. So display client logos on your website and display logo of significant partners. So just a simple strategy. Let's say we have logistics company again. And we, for example, want to display that we have global partner network. We can contact UPS, DHL, and make an agreement with them. That when we have something to deliver to the countries where we don't deliver, we deliver with DHL. They will gladly sign that agreement, like more work for them. But now on the website you can put UPS, DHL. You know, gotta work smart. Okay? Good? This is another problem of the Ukrainian websites and B2B. Where are the photos of your people? Like the personnel that you work with. Yeah, your team or something. It looks like it's Batman. We know they exist, but we have never seen their faces.
Because sometimes we don't want our competitors to know who are working for us.
Yeah, but at least you can put the CEO, SEO, CEO of the company, because I'm sure they know that he works for you. So at least CEO or some other like high-ranking people, sales managers are another example. Usually sales manager, they are themselves all the time telling. So at least CEO, sales managers, and maybe some other people, key personnel. All right.
Maybe just, I don't know, this culture of doing websites with no pictures of the stuff, with no information, no references, no partners. Maybe because we are not a part of international community. I mean.
But you are already.
There are some
You are
barriers.
already. No, you are already. Trust me. Trust me. European people regard Ukraine, you know, as a country that strongly enters and wants to enter European Union. You are already part of the community, you want it or not. There are companies that bring here stuff and sell European stuff, and there are Ukrainian companies that sell stuff abroad. So in that sense, you can think like that, sure. Maybe you have a lot of clients in Ukraine, but you don't have a lot of clients abroad. But still, you are part of international community. Thanks to the internet, your website is part of international community, even if you don't want it.
It is, but I mean that we have barriers like banking system, payments, and customs, and whatever. I mean, like European Union, okay, not international, European Union, because that's our. For example, if we go on payment and some refunds, we cannot use PayPal here. We can only get our. So many systems are not working.
Okay.
That's what I mean, international community, with barriers.
Okay, do you know, because I have a small production here in Ukraine, and we sell, you know, our leather products anywhere in the world, do you know how I crossed that barrier?
Maybe Amazon, as you told us.
not really.
You have a company in Estonia.
In Estonia. I have company in Estonia, boom, bank, PayPal, everything.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
That's the way how all Ukrainians entrepreneurs do.
So the barrier is.
And wonderful.
But that's not the issue. I mean, the issue if you go and open company here, that's good.
Yes.
You don't have to go anywhere. You know.
I'm sure. But what I'm thinking now, and I don't want to bring, you know, politics into this because it's definitely no. But what I can say is that Ukraine now is in transition period. It's in transition, and for now you have to kind of like do different things. But it's just because it's in transition. Estonia, every other country has been in transition, and they just, you know, passed through. But before that, they also had to figure out some other ways to do business. But it's just temporary. It's not going to last for very long. So in that sense, for now, I think, you know, you can open a company. You're smiling, so maybe you don't agree with me.
I'm smiling because I was thinking that I hope to face it, that the transition period will be over and I will be still alive. That's what I mean.
You know, I'm sure you will be. It's not such a long process. But for now, the easiest way is just to look at the different countries in European Union that allow for non-resident to open a company. Non-resident. And most important, also check that non-resident can open a banking account. Because if you open a company, but then you cannot open a bank account, you're like, thank you very much. So did somebody want to comment?
Yeah, to open an account in Poland for Polish company which owned by non-residents, it's nightmare. They will investigate all your 3 generations.
But do you know why they investigate?
I know because this money laundering thing and all this kind of
stuff. So money laundering law basically means that if they take you into bank, they have to they promise to the government that the money is clean.
Not only for Polish government but also to the US government.
Yes.
They promise to US government that I don't
Yes. But again, you know, I think about it, you know, you jump through hoops once. It hurts only once. Like when I got married, it hurt only once. So, you know, like now I'm in the clear. Now it's okay. Yes. Now she's a resident in my house. So anyway, going back to people, you know, show the management team at least who owns the company, who manages it, and then don't use stock photos. Don't use free photos from the internet, please. Have you seen that guy, that wonderful, amazing old man who is in every stock image? There is one guy who has the most stock images sold in the world. One guy, and I can show you his face so you will always see him from now on. No image.
With a great hair.
Yeah. No.
Not gray, but gray.
Ah, gray. Great hair, okay. Yeah, it's not him. Let's see, I cannot. No, not him. Doctor stock image. He is many times as a. There he. No. This is the guy. This is the guy. He's doctor and he's old man and like everything. This guy is like, if you put this guy on your website, then right away it's like ha, you know, because this guy cannot work for you. He works for everybody else. So just a little bit of information. Stock images, I think there is amazing photographers in Ukraine. Just, you know, get one for one day, pay him for one day, you know, take the photos, that's it. Because in business to business, if you use stock images, then it's like, wow, you don't have money to get a photographer, you know, you don't have your own product images or something similar. Okay, contact information, again. In European Union, US, it's very common to have direct contact information of the seller. So for example, I now work with a company that provides warehousing services in US, and I constantly talk with seller, not salesperson or just seller. And I'm like, why are you answering to me? I'm sure you can, you know, somebody else can answer. And he's like, well, you know, they're off work and it's my company, you know, so I'm not gonna sit here and just, you know, wait until they come back. I can talk with you. So if I cannot find contact information, just like contact@domain.com.au, then it's, you know, not very good. I want to be able to find information of the CEO, of the salespeople, and so their direct contact information. So if they use LinkedIn, LinkedIn profile is really good. We're going to talk a little bit more about LinkedIn in general, but at minimum, your CEO should have a LinkedIn profile. Do you know why?
Again,
Because it's the face of the company.
No, there's better reason. Much better reason. A technical reason. So you know about 3 degrees of separation. No? Okay. So, you know, like if you take like somebody in Ukraine, right? And then you take somebody in Uganda. You know, if you go you need at least 2 connections and then you can get to him, most likely. If you have a big network, then you have to only have 2 connections and then you can get to that person in Uganda. So in LinkedIn, if you go to, for example, if I go to LinkedIn, for example, and who here has a LinkedIn profile? Okay, with a simple name.
Yeah.
Real name?
Yeah, real name, but like simple, so I can write and I don't have to answer 20 times. Ask 20 times. Yes.
Roman Chirko.
Roman.
C-H-Y-R-K-O.
Roman.
C-H-Y-R-K-O.
This is what I was talking about. What? We are so close. Which one?
R-K-O.
R-K-O. This?
No.
Okay.
So it's the second one, yeah.
Second one, okay. So if you think here, third connection. So you and me, we have in common connection, and I can see who is our in common connection. And if I want to contact you, please connect me to Roman. So this way LinkedIn is really good because you can see like, he also knows that guy. Okay. So in that sense, LinkedIn is very powerful as a sales tool also. Let's, for example, choose again Uganda. I love Uganda. Uganda. Do you know my hobby? I had a hobby for 3 months where I received an email address, I received an email spam from a Nigerian spammer, and he told me that I have a lot of money coming my way. You know, because, you know, like the president died or something. But instead of, you know, like just put it in the spam, I started calling him. And I'm like, come on guy, you know, like it's awesome. And I started recording the calls. So this was going on for 3 months, and I'm like, please send your passport information, please send this and this. And so many times my wife is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm talking to, you know, Nigerian guy. And then, you know, he's like, yes, we're gonna give you the money, you're gonna be so rich. I'm like, yes, finally I'll get a beautiful wife. Not the one I have, a much better one. And wife is like, that hobby is sick. So if we take some Ugandan, for example, service, a company or something similar, oh, they have only 8 employees. Let's take, for example, Ukrainian company, some, I don't know, maybe oil and energy. Okay, now this is...
It's a big company.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I still try to find something that I have. Okay. So here, for example, Uganda Telecom Company, second connection. So I have a, so if I click on this guy, I can see that we have this guy in common as a connection that we both have. Yeah?
But do you really know this guy? It's like
This guy, Rashid Kabir?
Yeah.
No. But people...
How do you approach him? Do you really approach
Yeah.
him and he would introduce?
In
I think this nice lady from Uganda doesn't know him either. So.
But the thing is that, of course, in LinkedIn it should work like this, that you should only accept people who you know.
Okay.
But everybody accept everybody.
Yeah.
But there are still 40-50% of people that you really know. So, of course, if you see this and you're like, okay, he added me like 1 year ago, I don't know him. But if you see somebody who you truly know, then you know, okay, then it's a true connection.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but basically this is why your SEO should be on LinkedIn, because I think it helps a lot. And we talked about trade show, and Anumal gave a great presentation that I truly enjoyed. And one thing that I give you, maybe a simple tip for trade shows. I know something about trade shows too, so I can give a simple tip. Evernote. Yes, so there is a free program called Evernote, and with Evernote you can scan a business card and it automatically scans it, automatically picks up contact information from the business card and automatically adds him to your LinkedIn. So that way you can scan, boom, 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 you get those people in your LinkedIn account. So it's called Evernote. Okay, you're still with me? It's still interesting?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Because I just want to make sure, because, you know, I kind of scared a bit, you know, half of people left, you know, so I'm like, maybe, you know, something went wrong with me.
You will be tired after us.
No, I'm full of energy. I hate. So, okay, so LinkedIn definitely show people. And then another, we talked about why you, competitive advantage. And again, you should tell why you and show it. Is it manufacturing process? Is it something that you do special? Is it raw materials? For example, I know for a fact there is a lot of food processing companies and agriculture in Ukraine. And you can say that, hey, we have great wheat. Not weed, we have wheat, you know, that the bread made from. not you know, cannabis, not cannabis. Yes, yeah, not smoking weed. So, but maybe, you know, transition period. So anyway, you can say that, hey, we have great raw materials, but you can take a video and show the field. And just with the video, just like grab the wheat and show that it's really good quality. Maybe there is something that is like an indicator of quality. Show that. And another, personnel. That's very important if, for example, you're in IT business or 3D design or something. Your people basically are your asset. If your people are bad, you are bad. If you're, for example, software company, B2B software company, if you have bad programmers, you are a bad company. So if personnel is very important for your core business, show at least one. Say that this Ivan works for us, he's a great man, he's wonderful, and most importantly, this is amazing projects he worked with. Okay, facilities. If you have great facilities, show it. Customer service, yeah, show it. Put a website, for example, in business to business, did you know that you can improve conversion by placing live chat on your website? In business to business, mostly live chat works really well. You know live chat, right?
Yes.
Do you know, I can show you, there is one platform, live chat platform, that is multilingual, multi-user, and free. I like free, you know, so it's my thing. So this is the live chat application. I think it even supports Ukrainian, Russian, and most of the languages in the European Union, as well as English, of course. And it's absolutely free. So you can test the online chat on your website. If it doesn't work, just forget about it. Throw it away.
So you mean that there is a robot behind it?
No. The human has to be behind it. Yes. But they have mobile application and everything. So you can put it on your iPhone or Android. And you know, when you're away from office, it shows. But if nobody is answering, then it will say that, sorry, nobody is at office now, please leave a message. And the message goes to email.
Can you increase your
Font size?
No, your what is the
What?
What is the correct URL?
It's tawk.to. It's pretty strange address, to be honest. Okay, very good. So if you have cost effectiveness, show it. Make a case study. So for example, you don't have to say that our price is this. You can say that we are on average 20% more cost effective than competition. It gives some kind of understanding, but you don't have to show your prices. And then flexibility. Maybe your logistic company works at night. And this is really wonderful for somebody, I don't know. Experience. What's the best way to show company experience? Take everybody who works in your company, how many years they worked in this industry, put it together and say, boom, we have 14,000 years of combined experience in the industry. Sounds amazing.
Not ridiculous.
Okay, specific industry focus. Again, if you work in construction, say that, hey, there are many companies that do 3D design and modeling and all that, but we want to service construction. We want to be the best in this. So that way you're a better option compared to the company that does everything. So you can say that just construction, and you can understand the field better, you understand the licensing and so forth. So if you show that your focus is specific, it's very good for the customer because he thinks, aha, we also a construction company, you understand us and you speak our language. But if they go to normal agency that just does 3D design for everybody, they're like, they don't get us. Okay, good. Okay, company information. Again, simple stuff. If you want an office in America, we want an office for cheap. So one thing you can do is you can open a virtual office. Let's imagine, where would you want an office? Paris? Miami. All right, let's get it on. Let's buy us an office in Miami. We want a virtual office that will receive phone calls, will receive mail, and we can also use the office when we visit Miami. Let's check it out. Choose our plan, interlocation. Miami, Florida, USA. Here we go. Okay, we can choose which one we want.
It's better to be there physically,
of course. But again, if it's very important for your presence, for some companies, if they're like, oh, you don't have any kind of presence, then we don't work with you. But again, if you open a company, for example, in Estonia or in Germany, like the company, obviously you have to have an email or like a post address there. And you want to also receive phone calls from there. So this could be a good option. $200 a month for, like telephone service in Miami, for an office space that you can use when you go there, and for email forwarding, or mail forwarding. I always think email. Mail forwarding, this is not a lot. And boom, you can put your Miami address.
But who will do this? Who will answer the telephone?
It's a company called Regus, and they do it all. And when they see the phone call comes to your company, they answer, hello, this is, I don't know, like milkandweed.com or something, can I help you? And then they say, well, we have this and this, and like, I will redirect you to our sales manager. Boom, click, and the phone call redirects to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Regus.what?
Regus.com.
This site works only for your site?
What?
This site works only for your site?
Anywhere in the world. We can test again.
Uganda. Let's
Uganda. You always say, okay, Uganda, Kampala. There we go. Here we go. Let's get an office in there.
Cheaper.
Do you? Yes. Well, Uganda is not. They are also in transition period, but different from you.
Yeah.
But they are moving towards Miami also.
Almost Miami.
Almost Miami.
Yeah.
You can see from the price, 50% more, and we'll be in Miami in terms of the price. But basically, Regus is the company that has the most locations in the world.
Also Ukraine?
Also Ukraine, of course. You guys got excited. I like it. You're like, come on, next, North Pole. Kiev.
They sit in horizon.
What is the price in Kiev? Oh,
Even cheaper than Uganda.
No. That I'm sure it's just a currency difference. But
Not that.
But again, here they say that best value means that this office has the biggest services for that price, and this means it has the most prestigious mail address.
Of course, Pechers district.
Yeah.
City center or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. But you understand what I mean. So if for you location important, receiving calls is important, mailing address in different countries is important, you can even choose a very simple plan. You can choose a very simple plan that just allows for address and mail forwarding service, and you can get it for like $50, $50-$60. If you don't want to actually use the service, the office.
Normally, which industry uses such way of doing?
IT. IT is very good about Indian IT. We are everywhere, sir. I'm really sorry about my jokes. But anyway, so the idea is, they start a new company, IT company, boom, addresses. Miami, France, North Pole, Finland, Ukraine, everywhere. But basically, they don't have offices there. But they want to make sure that they appeal to everybody. But that's one good example. Again, if, for example, for you, Poland is important, and you actually go there, it makes sense to pay a little bit more, and then you can have a conference room and everything that you use with your clients. And it's part of the price. Okay. So far, interesting?
Very nice.
Very nice. I like it. So anyway, company address, yes, display client logos on your website, we talked about it. Business ID, year of establishment, and main industry of operation. Those are the basic informations I would put about my company. When did we start? What is our industry? And what is our business ID? In European Union, business ID is very important, and especially VAT ID. You know about VAT?
Yeah.
Yes. VAT ID is like your social security number. Because every time, they check it, they have to check the VAT ID that it's real. So you cannot just and European Union has an electronic registry where you can check, anybody can check VAT ID. Good? Okay, relevant certificates. Oh, this is, I think, where Ukraine is just like amazing. Like putting certificates on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, interesting certificates, of course, are those quality and so forth certificates. For example, for food industry and so forth, it's very important because it gives a lot of trust. If you have certain certificates, quality certificate, food, I don't know. In IT, for example, in a digital marketing space where we operate, for us, the only certificate that makes sense is maybe like Google certificate or something similar. We don't have that. But if I was buying like a car or like a tractor or something, that certificate of international quality standard that I can verify from the international quality standard board or something, it's helping me a lot to trust that, okay, this thing will actually work. So yeah, and contact information, obviously. I've been talking about contact information for many times now. Okay, so we finally fixed our websites. We took that ugly guy away from stock images and put our SEO. Maybe he's not much better looking, but it's real. So we put that, we put contact information, we outline our services. So what else can we do to improve our trustworthiness online? A bit white, but anyway, Google business page. That's a free service by Google. When people Google your company name, Google business page will appear here. You have seen it, right? Mm-hmm. And there you can see reviews. It's not very important for business to business because I don't think any SEO will be like, oh, I'm gonna leave them a review on Google Business. Really quality, service. It's mostly important for like hotels and restaurants and stuff like that. And if you work in hotels and restaurants, great, this will be really nice. But in business to business, most important here is contact information, the company name, maybe images and so forth. And if you Google a mobile, they can click with one button and get directions or call the contact information. So in that sense, it's like a small business card. Yeah.
I know also that this business card in Google service increase your rate in search.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Google says no. Google says no, but yeah, it could improve your search ranking. But
we have, for example, 70 visitors from Google service from this page. But
yes.
Nobody called and any feedback.
Yes, but 70 is pretty small amount. When you get to a few thousand, maybe. But still, the reason why I would put it is that it's a bit small indicator of trustworthiness. Just a small. It's a very small indicator, but still. Okay, let's go next. LinkedIn page. If you're working globally, you can open LinkedIn page in how many minutes? 4 minutes. It's free, and you can finally put your SEO there, or yourself as a SEO, or whatever. So the idea is that in many times, I want to go to LinkedIn page and just see how many people they have at their company. Do I have connections in there? So if we take again, for example, let's take again LinkedIn, and let's check, for example, some company, DHL. I don't know why I'm thinking about DHL. Most likely because I ordered a bag and it's coming with DHL after 2 days. So maybe that's why it's in my mind. But if we take DHL, it's like, okay, so here right away, I see that one connection works here. So this person is my direct connection and he works there. So if I click here, okay, so for example, if I wanted to sell something to DHL, I could easily contact this person, and this is the person that I actually know. So I could say like, hey, Frank, I want to get in touch with the sales department. They don't answer my phone calls. What would be, you think, the best way? And he has internal access. He can maybe help me if he's that kind of guy. Maybe he's not that kind of guy. So anyway, in that sense, if you have a company page, then people can do the same thing for you. so they can find, contact you better and so forth. But most importantly, it gives an image, again, a small factor that this company exists and it does business and it's international and so forth.
And what about filling this page? I mean, regular
updates.
Yes.
Yeah, even if you open and it's an empty page and you update it once, it's still okay, because LinkedIn pages usually don't get updated so often. So if you have like one update, nobody's gonna go like, whoa, 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 come on. You know, like this company, they're going bankrupt. You know, like just one update, they don't have money for two. Okay, no, it's mostly people just create and forget. But obviously you can do amazing things with LinkedIn also. Okay, so now we have Google Business, we have LinkedIn page, we have our SEO finally on the website, we tuned our website. How to get actually people to come to our website. That's pretty important, right? I mean, we did all the work, we spent the money. Now we want to get some money also. So one way is very easy, really easy way is LinkedIn ads. I'll show you LinkedIn ads, quick course, master course in 4 minutes. Let's begin. So if we go to LinkedIn, we just have an account, we go to work, and from there we click advertise. Boom. From there, I'll just a sec. Where I'm thinking, is there a remote control for the yeah. You don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I'll handle it. I'll do it different way. It's just we have customer accounts and so forth. So I thought that maybe I'll turn off it, but it's okay. So you go to your account, marketing account in LinkedIn. So this is paid advertising, not free anymore. Paid, but it's okay. We are willing to spend some money. So you create new campaign. Okay, and then from there you click, for example, drive traffic to your website. Okay, select. From there you give your campaign a name. I'm gonna give it a test. This is, nobody sees it but you. This is for you, so you know what was it. And then language, for example, English. And then boom, here I put my website, http google.com, for example. And then I'm gonna put some text in my ad, and I'm gonna maybe, I'm not gonna change, but I can put image here, for example. Save, and then next. And this is the most important, and this is the wonderful part about LinkedIn and why it's different from anywhere in terms of marketing. You put here the country. Let's take Germany. Germany.
What about
Uganda. Now you're gonna troll me for the rest of the day. I'm like, this works everywhere in the world. How about Uganda? Okay, so Germany, company, industry, construction. And then here, job title, purchasing manager. Too small audience. Let's take SEO. Okay, so construction company, Germany, SEO, 150,000 users on LinkedIn can see our advertisement. 11,000. It was slow, I'm faster. It was a bit slower with loading. 1,000. Okay, 1,000 is still, imagine.
You can add the director, president if you
yes,
want.
Yes. I can go. Yeah. But imagine.
Conversion 1%.
Yes. Yes. You can target SEO of construction company, for example, in a certain country. Imagine what other ways you have to target SEOs in that country, in that sector, with so little work. You saw how much work I did. Not a lot.
And how much does it cost?
This is the important question. So here it is. So minimum click cost is 2 euros. It's a lot if you think about it, but remember, it's business to business. You are not selling jeans.
For selected audience.
Yes, selected audience, you are correct. So in that sense, with LinkedIn, you could get today targeted audience to come visit to your website. But remember, your website has to be good. So if we have a logistics company, we have to really show that we are a good logistics company. So that's what I mean. Yeah.
Would it be marked as an advertisement?
Yes. But it's okay.
This announcement will get to the mailbox?
No.
Feed.
It will get to their feed. There are different options. You can also push it to inbox. You can push it to the feed, to the side. There are different options. But what is a good advertisement in business to business? Not advertisement. We do logistics in Ukraine. That's not a good advertisement. You could say that Ukraine market is expanding greatly. Find out about most cost-efficient logistics and customs, whatever solutions. So you should have to entice them why he should click. Not like we sell bread. Congratulations, yes, buy bread or die. But anyway, idea is you have to think about SEO. It has to be really, really good. So the higher you go, the better your ad has to be. Sales manager, he can click whatever. But SEO, for SEO, I would try maybe free case studies, free consulting, videos maybe, because SEO, he's not going to read a logistics front page that is really long, but he will see a 30 seconds video. For example, a video, boom, why Ukrainian market is an amazing opportunity for European companies, find out now. And then video, statistics, growth, GDP, blah, blah, blah. And then, we bring the goods from your destination to Ukraine, for example. Find out more, get a free consultation. Something like that. Okay, and you can decide how much you're willing to spend. So you can say that, hey, I'm willing to spend in one day, for example, 20 euro. And you can start with a campaign, I think, that is the smallest campaign possible in LinkedIn is 10 euro. Yes. So in that sense, it's not really a lot, but obviously you need a few clicks to see if it works. Okay? Still good? Yes. Okay, very good. Okay, so Google Ads. This is, I think, also amazing opportunity. Let's dissect. You know how Google Ads work, right? You have, I heard yes, we can skip it, let's move next. It's a joke. So if we have Google search engine page, right? We have some keyword, and then we have ads here, and then normal results here, right? Everybody knows this thing, it's like, it's like Winnie the Pooh, everybody knows it. But did you know that the easiest way for you possibly to get customers using Google AdWords is to target your competitors? So let's say in Poland you have a competitor called XTR.ltd. So you can create an ad campaign so that when people in Poland search for this company, your advertisement shows. And you can say like, hey.
And you can be the first.
You can, in advertisement, if you do
if
it
you
well,
pay
yes.
more, you will be the first.
It doesn't really work like that, but I can sometimes maybe explain there is quality algorithm. The quality is more important than money. But I can talk about it a bit more if we have some time. I'm on a roll today. So the important thing is, if you are in traditional business like construction, usually they are not ready for this. They don't care. They don't know what is AdWords. They're like, what is Google? So you can create an advertisement, and that way you know that people who will click your ad are for sure your potential customers because you do exactly what this does. But in your advertisement, you cannot use their name in your ad because Google will block you. You cannot say like, XDR sucks, buy from Ukraine. But you can say like, on average, 20% more cost effective than competition. So you have to be smart a bit.
The competition, can you name this company?
No. You cannot use, but you can hint. Yes. Yeah. So this is one way you can do really quickly, and you can do usually with very small investment. You can try it with maybe €50 a month.
So if you write the competitors in Google, so the Google understands that it's your competitors and
no. Google, you just say I want to target for this word. It can be anything.
Just targeting the word.
Yes, just targeting the word.
Or company name.
Just like the word. Google doesn't care what it is. You just put this company word and you say I want to show advertisement when people search for this.
It is the list of keywords.
Yes.
Which is linked to the text of the
advertisement.
And you cannot write the name of the company in the text of the ad, but you can write
target
name in the keyword.
Yes.
So let's make an example. For example, the name of the company is Google, and I want to, like everybody who write a Google, and I want to be there. So what I have to do?
You put a keyword for targeting Google, and you create advertisement, but you cannot mention the word Google in it. And when people search for Google, they will see your advertisement. Yes?
I have a question. If I sell candy, yes, in Poland, company, for example, A, also sell candy.
Yes.
I would like to sell in Poland also this candy.
Yes.
So what should I do? I have to arrange advertisement and indicate target for name of company A.
Yes.
And people in Poland who search candy.
You can choose no.
It's important question.
If you want to compete with Russian, you can write keywords Russian, and everyone who will look for Russian
in Google
will see your ad where you can write. We have candies like the president had.
Yeah.
So
but cheaper.
It can be used only when you
competitor
with some famous trademark.
Yes.
No, not necessarily a trademark. The keyword can be anything. Logistics, Turkmenistan. Boom, your advertisement shows. It can be anything. It can be my name, Артем Даніліантс, and boom, your advertisement is shown. Don't ever go to his trainings. I hate it. So basically, the idea is Google doesn't care. It's the keywords. But the more competition, the more people want to show their advertisement for certain keyword, the more the price of the click goes. So the more there is competition, the higher is the price. But again, in most cases, the price is very acceptable. It may be 30 cents, 50 cents, 70 cents, doesn't matter. In B2B business, it's pretty cheap. But Google AdWords, one thing that you can use very quickly, very cost effective. You can target your competitors, you can target products that competitors sell, and so forth.
Do many people use this trick?
Yes, of course.
So
but if you work in traditional business, logistics, construction, and so forth, they don't know what is Google AdWords. So they don't really use it. If you go to IT, everybody uses. But like any IT company. But if you go to traditional business, it's much easier. That's why I thought that it's wonderful for you guys, if you work in traditional business in Ukraine, the people, for example, in UK or in Germany, they don't do advertisement, they don't do online. So for you, if you do online, and if you take it seriously, if you invest in it, you can compete really, really well in traditional business. But if you go in some business where digital marketing is very normal, for example, let's say we want to compete with Apple, no chance. they have YouTube, they have everything. But if we take some candy company in Poland, maybe they don't know what Google is. So, in that sense. Yes?
One question. I heard from my German friends that LinkedIn in the German market is like #1. Because with Xing.com, which is number 2 LinkedIn, and Xing is #1, X-I-N-G.
Yeah,
Have you ever worked with this platform?
There are different platforms like LinkedIn, especially after LinkedIn became very popular. It got sold to Microsoft for like billions. Everybody wants to create similar platform, but still LinkedIn is #1. But always check how many people there are in LinkedIn for a certain country. You can just Google like Germany, LinkedIn users or something similar. Of course, if LinkedIn is not, for example, China. If you go to China and you go with Google, no work. But if you go to Baidu, good job. But what I'm trying to say is that I try to offer solutions that are really cheap, really quick, and work in many places. So if you go with like Baidu, only one place, nowhere else. Well, maybe some places. Like for example, you guys know Yandex, right? It was before, but it's pretty much a small area. If you want to do with Yandex something in Europe, you cannot do much. So, okay, good. Another thing is remarketing. Do you know what remarketing is?
Yes.
Yes. Who uses it? Okay, I'll explain quickly. So, imagine this. True story. Wife had a birthday. True story. And I wanted to buy her shoes. You know? And so I went to the website, I checked shoes, and then I closed the website. I thought maybe it's too expensive. Then everywhere I saw banners of those shoes. This happened to you many times, I'm sure.
Yeah. Booking.com work very well in remarketing.
So what you can do, this is called remarketing. Remarketing. And this is awesome. Awesome. I explain why. Usually your website, if you're in B2B, your website doesn't get a lot of traffic, right? You don't have like 4 million people coming every day. You have very small amount of people coming to read your long text page. But anyway, those people are very important to you because it's maybe you use LinkedIn marketing, maybe you use Google marketing, whatever, to get them to your website. So with remarketing, what can happen? Let's imagine, what is, by the way, a most Ukrainian man name? Like most popular, no? I can use it as example.
Valera.
Alexander.
Okay, let's put Alex. Okay, so Alex came to your website, let's say amazinglogistics.com. Amazinglogistics.com. He came to your website. And if you put a small code on your website that is not visible, small code, after that Alex will automatically be added to the remarketing list. He doesn't have to give his permission.
He agrees to cookies, right?
Yeah, well, cookies and local storage and flash storage and everything. Google is sneaky. When European Union will start GDPR, maybe this will change a bit, but trust me, it's not gonna change much because this makes a lot of cash. So he will be added to the list. We don't know who are in the list. We cannot see. Only Google knows. But we can then show to Alex our advertisement when he visits other websites. So in that sense, we can remind him that we exist. In most cases, with B2B, the problem is people don't know you exist, and then people don't remember you in the time when they need you. So if I have that big product that I want to ship to Uzbekistan, I might not remember the company name, but with remarketing, you can adjust it and, for example, show it to him like 2-3 times a day for like a week or something. You can be very gentle or you can be very aggressive. You can be like, ship with us or we ship you. So the idea is remarketing is really, really powerful and it's really cheap. Because you're not competing with everybody in the world. You are just showing advertisements to the people who visited your website. Okay? Still with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What also works really well in terms of remarketing is okay, let's do a test. What is second biggest search engine in the world? Google is number 1. Who is number 2?
Yahoo.
No.
Me?
No. Never.
Why do?
No.
Something from Microsoft?
Firefox or something like that.
No.
Facebook.
No.
Facebook.
No.
Instagram.
No.
Gmail.
I'll help you. With 1 letter. Be good. It starts with Y.
YouTube.
YouTube.
But I told you.
Ah, you tell? I didn't hear. Sorry, my bad. So YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and I'm willing to bet 90% of you today maybe will see YouTube. Maybe there is something interesting you like. And what is amazing about Ukraine, there are many, many different facts, but what is amazing is video production is not very expensive in Ukraine. It's not cheap. I'm not saying that, it's like $50 and that's it. But if you compare it to, like, for example, Helsinki, like, it's crazy. The quality price ratio is amazing. And video also, because people don't know how much video costs, video also provides this kind of image that this is expensive, because not every company has it. So if you have a YouTube advertisement and then you show it to your remarketing list, so people come to your website, get added to the remarketing list, and then you show them YouTube advertisement. And in YouTube, there is the skip button. The wonderful button, and you wait for it, and you wait. So if they press skip, you don't pay. But they have to see your ad for 5 seconds. If you're really smart, you can tell everything in 5 seconds. So even if it's free, you get the...
So should you have a channel in YouTube for that?
Only if you have good content. Just opening channel for nothing is... I'll give you an example. I always like to show examples. I'll show you my YouTube channel and my video. And you can tell me what you think. I have a lot of viewers from Uganda. So, I made a video like similar to this. There was wonderful people, students and so forth. And I made a video. I was really lazy, and it was in Finland. And in Finland, when you film people, you don't have to ask permission, because Finnish people are really shy. So you don't ask, and then they don't say that they don't want to be in the picture. So I just recorded the thing. I put it on YouTube, but I optimized the keywords. For me, the most important keywords were search engine related, because my lecture was about search engine optimization. So I created a video called Crash Course in SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. And I made this video in 2014. I spent 15 minutes on this video. I didn't want to edit and whatever. Just put it on YouTube, but I made sure that the titles and everything were optimized. That's where I spent 15 minutes. And you see, nowadays YouTube results show in Google. So you can compete with your competitors using video, because it will allow you to jump further up. So let's see this video. 1 hour, imagine. Oof. So this is me. So this is me trying to do my regular thing, and you see there's not a lot of people and so forth. And because it's Finland, nobody's laughing to my jokes. Like, nobody. So in comments they say, like, what's wrong with those people? Some jokes were really funny, and I'm like, don't worry guys, it's Finland, this is absolutely normal. They laugh inside. So imagine this. 830,000 views. And 0 paid advertisement. And I work in B2B. And what is wonderful, you guys, some of you guys attended my feedback webinar, right? Some of you? The logistic company was represented. So anyway, I got really excited about webinars. I get excited about a lot of things. But so all the time, still now, before yesterday, I received a request for a project in Sri Lanka because they saw my video. I think that's pretty freaking awesome if you think about it. How much time I spent, and after these years, because it's 2014, after still these years, it brings me business. Okay, and you can see there are some really good comments.
Word.
So, what's the secret?
Yeah.
Tell us the secret.
So the secret is I optimize the title. So for example, many times people create YouTube video and they just put our company or our intro. You should put logistic and warehousing services in Ukraine and then optimize also. Use keywords that people use for search. That's the only secret. In the title and description. Title and description. Okay. Still good? Okay, very good. And then this is, I guess, if you think about strategy, so, you know, I'm trying to come up with an example that would work, and yeah, so in digital marketing, the best traffic comes from search engines. It's the best traffic. It's the most qualified traffic, the best quality. Why? Because when people search for they have some problem and they want to resolve it, when Google shows real results, not advertisement, real results, you trust them more, right? You probably don't click a lot of Google ads. Sometimes, by mistake. But you trust that if you put logistics company Ukraine, and if the first result is a company, you feel like this is probably a good choice, right? Because you trust Google, and you trust a bit in the algorithm. So Google search engine optimization is, I think about it this way. Advertisement in LinkedIn, in AdWords, in YouTube, whatever. Advertisement, paid advertisement. Is like having a Snickers bar and eating it when you're really hungry. It gets you what you want really quickly, but then search engine optimization is like having a kitchen that always brings good food. So with paid advertisement, the idea is to quickly get what you want. You want to quickly increase sales, or you want to test new market, great. But if you want something to help you inside 10 years or so, search engine optimization is where it's really at. So I will tell you a story. I like stories, you see. So it's in Finnish, so I'm not gonna bore you with it, but we created an article. We searched in Google and we found out that a lot of people search for YouTube advertising price in Finnish. And we created an article. That says, hey, how much does YouTube advertisement cost? And we created blah, 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 long article. What happened? 4 days ago, a guy calls me and he says, we'd like to do a joint tender to the Ministry of Education in Finland. Okay. How did you find us? We just searched for YouTube advertising price because the ministry wants YouTube advertisement. We don't do that. We wanted to check how much it costs. We found you, and we thought that maybe you would want to do a joint project. Okay? So in that sense, it brought a project, and it's just a blog post. But how do you know what people search for? There is an answer for that. It's Google. So there is a Google keyword tool. It's called Google, Keyword Planner. It's a free tool, and you see it's already in Ukrainian. So I think this is to log in. Yes, very good. I know something. I know Zhinka. That's very important in my country. So with this tool, you can go here and click on Keyword Planner, but you can just Google Keyword Planner, you will see. It doesn't require, it's part of AdWords, but you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to have AdWords like campaigns running, nothing. You open this Keyword Planner and then you type, for example, I'm always trolling the whole logistics thing, so I'll continue the trend. And for example, logistics Ukraine, custom clearance Ukraine, and then customs Ukraine, warehouse Ukraine.
You cannot.
Only 3. Okay, it's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Get started. All right. And here I have location Finland, language Finnish. Obviously, it's not gonna work. Let's change to the whole world. And then let's remove and search for English. So, what do we see? What do we see? What we see is pretty amazing. So, Ukraine customs, 100 to 1,000 searches a month. People search for this. And competition in paid advertisement, low. Why you're not advertising there? Come on, get on that. So, and the click price is 1.6 euro. Okay, it's not cheap, but it's B2B, it's not very expensive. You can have a daily budget of 5 euro even, and you would still get 3-4 people to come. And then here, logistics, Ukraine, 10 to 100 queries a month. Not a lot, but in B2B still significant. 19 cents to get in. If you want to advertise, you can start today with 19 cents a click. Why not?
What if the competition will be high?
What?
What if the competition will be high?
I'll show you. I'll show you what means when competition is really high. Let's choose, for example, dating. Why it's not loading? 1 million to 10 million. There are a lot of lonely men out there. And 15 cents to get started, but if you want to be number 1, 3 euro.
3 euro per day or
per click? And why it's so expensive? Because who brings money to dating services? Men or women? Men. Men pay to see women. So the lifetime value is very big. Because you cannot find the right person right away. So you pay a lot. Okay, very good. So basically you can use this tool to find out who searches for keywords that are relevant to your business. You can also search. Another amazing tool is Google Trends. Amazing tool. Let's, for example, search here for logistics. Well, okay. Customs Ukraine, for example. Boom. Too little data, not very popular search term. Let's try logistics.
Maybe customs.
Logistics, let's just try logistics for a change. So here you can see development of interest during 5 years. And you can see in which countries there is most interest.
Zimbabwe.
Uganda! I told you, it's everywhere. Like, come on guys, next, like, forget Europe. We go Uganda. The reason why I talk about Uganda so much, because there is a huge scandal about Finnish company in Uganda. That's why I talk about it, because it's all the time in the news. So here you can see related topics and corporations and so forth. And you can also compare DHL, for example, and UPS. You can compare and see who is leading. UPS. But you can also see trends. The trends is very interesting because let's for example check Father's Day. People get interested about Father's Day just a little bit before Father's Day. But then it's like, forget father. He doesn't exist. And here, I'm sure it's the ladies like, oh my god, we didn't buy father anything, holy shit. Let's get it on. This is the second way. So what I'm trying to say is that Google Trends is very good to understand the cycles of the business, if there are some. It's maybe not so good for business to business because people don't search business to business terms so much. But it's very good for consumer products, for consumer whatever. Very good.
Like 8th of March, which we had.
Yes, 8th of March, yes.
Going crazy with the flowers.
Yes. My wife is like, flower, wine, and I'm like, wait, I'll get the pen. So, yes, it's very good for that. And it's very good to understand, for example, where people are interested in Father's Day. We can see that it's Jamaica. We don't see Uganda. They don't really care about fathers. They are all about mothers. But we see Philippines, Australia, Trinidad, and South America. So if I wanted to sell Father's Day gift or something, maybe I would, try Australia.
So we can compare Father's Days and Mother's Days.
Yes, we could do that, but let's move on so you don't have to spend with me the night.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Could you move to a
Small break. Yes, okay.
5 minutes.
What?
Only 5 minutes. Break.
5 minutes, okay.
Yes.
Break coffee, guys, and we'll continue. If you're still interested.
Yes.
If you want to ask more, then my question related to Google.
for sure at 7 o'clock. But one thing is that I will send the presentation, and presentation at the last slide has my contact details. So I will show that we are now on the slide 20. I have a few more. I have a few more. So I'm going to pick and choose, but business to business is gonna end soon, and I'm gonna talk about business to consumer. So maybe it will be not relevant for everybody. So let's see. But again, anytime just tell me like, hey, we wanna hear more about this and we don't wanna really hear about that. So if there is enough interest, we can go on. Okay, so email marketing, obviously, amazingly great opportunity. So in business to business, I'm gonna ask one question and I can decide right away if your business is doing serious sale internationally or not. Do you have a CRM system?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You're going to that.
Yeah, going.
Yes. But it
Yes.
should be expensive.
What?
Should be an expensive one.
No.
No?
No. I use one CRM that I like personally a lot. It's really cheap and it's made in Estonia. Anno, do you know what I mean? Do you know which one I mean?
Pipedrive.
Yes, Anno, you get the bonus points. So Pipedrive, yes. So it's an Estonian company, and I actually know the CEO of the company, at least the one that was before there. Basically, Pipedrive is really cheap. Well, if it's cheap compared to others, and you can try it for free. But this is what I like about it. I will just direct my attention to you guys. So you divide your sales cycle in stages, right? Because every sales cycle has a stage. Lead, qualification, contract, agreement, delivery, or something similar, right? So here you can add leads, and then you can assign value, and then you can move them here and so on. And once you start using this Pipedrive, it will start to learn, and it can say what is the probability of sales. It can tell you what is the cash flow of the sales, what is the speed of the sales. It can notify you if salesperson forgets to contact some person. It can notify you and so forth. And because it's free, you can give it a try, see what you like. But it also integrates with email marketing, it integrates with website, lead generation form, and so on. So in that sense, if you don't have CRM, then you're not really doing sales correctly, because first of all, in sales, most important question is what? What is our conversion percentage? So I drew something now, I'll try to make it work. So this is the sales funnel. You know sales funnel, I'm not going to explain to you what it is, everybody knows, right? So let's say we have 100 people here entering our sales funnel. Then we have one person who buys. What is our conversion rate? 1%. Very good. Good math. So what if you don't have CRM? You cannot know. You cannot know how much marketing money you need to spend. Why? Because let's imagine we have budget 500 euro in LinkedIn, for example. That generates 100 leads in CRM and 1% conversion rate, one real customer. So we can see that with 500 euros we get one customer. And then if our strategy is to get 30 customers, right? So you can, well, of course it's not exact, but it's very much closer to reality than usually how sales is done. It's okay, month. That's usually how sales is done.
Better than previous.
Yeah. Better than previous, yeah. Especially if SEO asks the sales guy. So But with Pipedrive, you can say, for example, this is also very important, and you probably don't measure it. I'm almost positive. How much time, on average, it takes from lead to become customer? Yeah, in business to consumer, it could be 2 minutes. I saw beautiful shoes on Instagram, I buy. That's it. In business to business, it can be 6 months, even more. So if you don't know the speed of conversion, then you also don't know if there are a lot of leads here, you don't know when it will hit the cash flow. So you cannot plan. You're like, that's basically the planning. So what I would do is I would measure conversion time, conversion rate, leads, amount of leads, and then lifetime value. If you measure those things, just those things, you will be better than 99% of the companies anywhere in the world. Because business to business, usually they start to obsess about statistics when they get really big. When they become public traded company. I don't know if there anybody who represents public traded company here? No? But you know, public traded companies, they have to file reports and so forth. So when you become public traded company, you have to have something like that. Otherwise, you cannot give reports to shareholders and so forth. But if you're a small company, just try Pipedrive, like for 1 month. Just try it, see if you like it, see if it works. It has many languages, it has integration and so forth. Just see how it works. One of the most important things in Pipedrive is that when you talk about when you talk with customers using email, you can also connect email to Pipedrive. So all emails that you have discussed with a client, you will see. So for example, if sales manager leaves the company, you don't care because it's everything in Pipedrive. You can see what did he promise. I had one sales manager that I fired because we had a product, for example, for 1,000 euro. He always sold it for 600. And it cost me 700 to make it. And I fired him because he's like, yeah, but I got deals. I'm like, yeah, for you. Because you are just looking at the 10% commission. You don't care about how much the company makes. You care about your commission. One time we talked, second time we talked, third time we talked. See you later. But when he left, it all stays in Pipedrive. So he doesn't take his contacts with him. Okay. Good. So what we were talking about? Ah, yeah. Email marketing.
Sorry, is it
yeah?
Pipedrive? I remember also the previous lecturer told about that.
Yeah?
Mr. Argo Silvi.
Yeah.
Before.
Because he's Estonian probably. So.
Yeah. He was also telling that this is fabulous. Is it okay for production company or just?
No. It's not production company. For production company, that's much harder, and you need ERP. Enterprise Resource Management.
Yes. No, because CRM means customer relation management.
Customer relation management.
Yeah, CRM is customer relation management, but ERP is everything.
ERP is like for all the cycles, yeah?
Yeah, but there is one ERP that I can suggest, free, that you can look at, called Odoo. Odoo is open source ERP and CRM system, but this is like heavy stuff. So this is like if you want to do production, and Odoo can do so many different things, so many different things. Like this is all the crap that Odoo can do. Website builder, e-commerce, blog, forum, slide, live chat, sales, CRM, invoicing, point of sale, subscription, accounting, project management, human resources, inventory management, purchase, manufacturing, help desk, communication, timesheet, email marketing, events, survey. appointments and all that.
But why this free? Where they can have money from this business? They are not doing it just for fun.
Of course, they're sneaky bastards. So what they do is obviously they give you software for free, but then you're like, oh my god, it's so complex, I'm lost. Who are you gonna call? And then they charge you consultancy fee, $150 per hour. But
solution.
Yes, but you can of course, I'm sure in Ukraine there are auto specialists, and you can just ask, because the software is so huge, somebody has to configure it for you and do all this work. And they say, yeah, sure, it's the same if, for example, I go to BMW and they say, we give you all the parts for the car for free. They give me part of the engine and part of the tires, and they're like, you do it. You do it. Have fun. And I'm like, I need somebody. They're like, $150 an hour. So it's basically the same situation. All right, good question. And then email marketing. So in terms of email marketing, well, basically the easiest way to do email marketing is that just put your contacts in CRM and connect it to email marketing platform like MailChimp. I like MailChimp, it's free. What?
For
2,000 contacts.
Yes, and if you want to make a trigger email marketing, you have to pay.
Yes, but I have a solution for that. If you don't want to pay, and I don't like to pay a lot, there is a software, open source, free, called Mautic. With this software, you can send email marketing newsletters without any kind of limits. But again, it's like Odoo. You have to put it on your server, somebody has to install it, and so forth. But again, this is free. Some IT guy will configure it, help you learn it, and after that you can send how much you want, no limits, nobody will come ask for money or anything. They make money the same way. Consultancy. Okay. Team. Do you guys know what is lead scoring? Lead scoring. It's a very, 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 very wonderful thing in B2B. So
I mean, only in theoretic, so I know what is it, but so you mean that some of leads have more score because they can give you more money, and some of them
No. You are on the right track, but not exactly. So let's imagine we have two people. We have Artem and we have, I don't know, like John. So both go to your website, and a system like Mautic or ActiveCampaign or some other, a small code that they don't see, just a small little code, it doesn't hurt, So a small little code puts him in a special list. But it doesn't know that it's me, Artem, but it starts recording his activity, what he does on my site. So if he goes to read our blog post, it gives lead score +1. If he goes to see our pricing, it increases score +3. If he does this, then at some point we will ask him for email information to send him, for example, like brochure or something. Do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, we have to say goodbye. Sorry, we cannot stay until tomorrow. We are leaving, but
I'll continue, yes. Thank you very much. It was lovely to spend time with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's continue. So at some point, he will give you his email address. You ask, for example, like, hey, we'll send you a free brochure or whatever. And then in this list, you will already see his name and you will see his lead score. and if he opens your emails, score goes up and up. Why? Because at some point, when score becomes, for example, 10, information is sent to salesperson and he calls him. So that you can identify who is ready to buy, who is not ready to buy.
So to make it technically, how to force to
Google
to write his email?
Easy. You have to give something that is worth writing email for. So, for example,
But it should be personally for him.
Yes.
It should not be personally for lead with score number 1.
Well, this now we're talking about marketing automation, but you can do crazy stuff with marketing automation. I'm not going to go into details too much because it's kind of advanced, but just a simple thing. Let's say we have a logistics company, and let's say Marina is the person who asked me a lot about, like, please, give some advice on the website, and she works for a logistics company, so I like to troll her a little bit because I think the website could be improved a little bit, but I love her attitude and I think she's really positive and doesn't mind a little bit of joking. So let's say, like, for a little bit serious thing, let's say, for example, let's say that we have a logistics company and, for example, we want to get customers who want to import stuff into Ukraine, and we offer warehousing and so forth. So imagine this. For me, for a person who has a European company, the scariest thing about Ukraine is customs and law. Because I don't know it and it's not clear. I cannot just call one number and they say, okay, go here, fill this, go away. You have to know how it works and stuff like this. So imagine Marina is gonna put like a small block on the website, like put your email address, and we'll send you a free guide on how customs in Ukraine yourself. All of a sudden, it's valuable, I want it, I will give my email address. And then marketing automation system will see, aha, this guy came already 10 times. Now we know his name, we know where he lives. So this is how you kind of get, this is way to get personal information, is to give something that is worth money. So for example, if I have a company that, like law company in Estonia, you want to open a company in Estonia, for example, and I'm gonna say, put email address and I'll give you a video guide, step by step, how you open a company in Estonia. Of course you're gonna put your email address if you really want to open a company in Estonia. But then, my system will start recording you, and then if I see that, okay, you saw the video guide, but you still came back. Maybe you didn't open it. Boom, lead score goes up, salesperson gives a call.
Okay, what is the name of this system?
There are thousands of different systems, but for example, lead scoring is lead scoring is done really well in Active Campaign, for example. Active Campaign. Solutions, features, split testing, CRM, where's contact and lead scoring, there. So when the system works, what is wonderful about it is that you guys don't have privacy anymore, like not a lot. So what it can do is it finds out the person's social media profiles, his pictures and all the data that is possible, and then you can see his lead score, his location, and you can send him, for example, email right away.
But it's only after
he gives email address. Yes, address. Only after that, yeah.
Matrix.
Yeah.
If only he has this email address connected to this.
Social media, yes, you are correct, yes.
Because if you have a professional email address, you normally connect to your private.
Yeah.
There is another trick. You can which I discovered
Yeah.
maybe a couple of months ago. We can input in search box of Facebook the phone number, and it gives you more information than you ever expect. I deleted my phone number immediately from Facebook.
Yes, Facebook is scary.
You can identify the person by his
Yes.
phone number.
Very quickly, yeah. I can show you one service that you can use, guys. If sometimes somebody asks you for email address and you don't want to give your real email address, you can use Mylinator software, which is free. You can create an email address like in a second, and you don't have to like remember password or anything. You just, it's loading slowly.
Big Brother is watching you.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, I don't do anything interesting. I only talk about digital marketing and do work. It's why it doesn't. Yeah, so you can create any email address. For example, Ukraine rocks right now. Then click go, boom. It created an email address for you, and now you can use it, and messages will automatically come here. So that way you can have like a spam box if you want. But everybody who knows this name can access it, so obviously you don't want to use it for anything personal.
Can it be redirected to my real
No,
life?
no.
No.
This version, no. Okay, email marketing, very good. Okay, so now we can talk about landing pages. So when you have people who come from Google, from YouTube, from LinkedIn and so forth, the worst thing you can do, the worst, is just redirect them to your homepage. Why is that the case? Why the worst thing you can do is drive traffic to your homepage?
Because they will have to find the information and to see why you take them here.
Yes.
It's not about the product, it's about the company at all.
Yes, that's one very good reason. Second, did you have a comment?
You using landing page step by step. You have to study. You have to force clients to make decisions.
Yes, that's very good option. And second, third, really good reason, you save a lot of money. I'll explain why. Let's take Google advertisement example. So let's take a logistics company. For example, I just really like, because it's just, I think it's really nice company. So for example, we have a company, we create an advertisement, for example, Ukraine custom clearance. We create that kind of advertisement, so when people search for Ukraine custom clearance, they see our advertisement. And in our advertisement we say, our company has done UK custom clearance for 20 years for companies all over the world. Okay, trustworthy. And then you drive them to your homepage, and here they have to find it and everything. Okay, no problem. That's one of the problems, but the biggest problem is the money. So let's imagine this situation. Somebody did something really bad to this page. So let's imagine we have 3 advertisers in AdWords. 1, 3, okay, let's put more. I'm gonna try and explain it a bit different. First advertiser, second advertiser, third advertiser. And here is max CPC, I'll explain, I promise. Ad rank and quality score. Okay, so let's imagine that first advertiser is DHL, big one. Money, 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 money. And they say like, we are ready to pay 10 euro per click, like big money. 10 euro per click. They say this is maximum we can pay for click, for one click. Second advertiser is, for example, Ukraine Post, for example. And they say we're willing to pay like let's say for example, international business is very important to us, we are willing to pay €8 per click, just for example. And then third is our logistics company, where Marina works. And they're like, we are willing to pay maximum €2 per click. I'll explain why such a big difference. And in Google, in Google AdWords, there is an algorithm called ad rank. It means that ad rank is basically a number like 20, 10, you know, like 5, for example. Well, unfortunately, 5 is not as good. Let's put here like 30. I'll explain why. And it basically means is that how high is the ranking of your ad in Google's eye. But most important then is quality. For example, here quality is 3, here 4, here 9, for example. So, ad rank is all about how big of a ranking your advertisement has in Google's eye, and then quality is your advertisement, ad, text, targeting, and landing page relevant together. So what happens is, this is the wonderful part, because quality here is higher, that makes ad rank to go higher. And that also means that in this competition, our company gets #1 spot and pays for it maximum €2. And the others have to pay more and have worse visibility. So if you have quality score in Google AdWords, you pay less for clicks and you get better visibility. So I'll give an example. So let's say we have, I don't know, like, let's say Poland, Ukraine, logistics, for example. We have that kind of term in Google. And then we show an advertisement. We say that, hey, we are the most trusted Poland, Ukraine logistics company. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. And then we take them to the home page. Not landing page, just home page. And here we mention something about Poland a little bit, just a little bit. But then what Google does, Google checks, okay, in the targeting you mentioned word Poland, Ukraine, and logistics. In the advertisement you use Poland, Ukraine, and logistics keyword. But then on the landing page, you don't mention those words. You just mention Poland maybe once. So it says that this landing page, even though it's home page, but in Google's eye, everything that goes from ad to your site is landing page. It says this landing page is not relevant. It's not good. And how Google tests that your ad is good or not? Your ad is shown in Google, and then people go to your website, and if they come back, Google says, okay, this ad is bad. So but if you create a separate page, if you create a landing page especially for this ad, Poland, Ukraine, logistics since 1992 or something, and then here you show we have warehouses in Poland and in Ukraine, boom, we got you covered. We have air, freight, and this transfer. And then you show Poland client logos that work with you, and then you have contact information. You explain your team, who you are, your company. It's really long page. But you do a trick. You don't put here real menu. So he only has two choices. He contacts you or he goes away. But in the real website, usually, he starts to clicking around and seeing different things, and then he doesn't have to make a decision. And then he's like, someday. But in the landing page, what you should tell him? you should make sure that in your landing page you give everything that is needed to make a decision. So it's who we are, what we do, why us, then references, who works with us, what is the service, explain service, what is the pricing, and then contact info or form or something, and then also call to action. I'll give you an example of call to action. Imagine this. Logistic company, Poland, Ukraine, provide warehousing. We create landing page and just like give all the information, and then we're like, just contact us. Yeah, okay, that's it. Contact us, have fun. There is no urgency, urgency. Like for example, when wife tells you, like, honey, it's time to eat, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And it's like, honey, it's time to eat, and you're like, okay, there's urgency, I need to go. So in that sense, if you create urgency, for example, Marina could put on the website, we give you, if you contact us today, we give you 1 month storage for free. If you contact us today. So then the person is like, he has a reason to take action now. But otherwise he's like, yeah, this company exists, I can come back later, anytime. I don't need it now. But if you give an urgency, you create a fake urgency. Of course, if you promise 1 month free warehousing, you have to give it. But it's like a kind of like a marketing tactic. Just to, because you have seen probably like women, you shop a lot online probably. You've seen like order today, get 20% discount. That makes you go there, you think, oh, okay, nice. But if they say, we have nice clothes for women, you're like, great. But if they say, we have nice clothes for women, today, crazy sale, 50% off. You're like, okay, today, I might as well check because it's only today. So hopefully you understand what I mean. So, if you use your homepage as a landing page, you pay more for advertising, and then second, your conversion rate from visitor to customer is usually 0.0 something. But if you create landing page, a good landing page for certain segment, for certain market, it usually in business to business it can be 1% or more. So in business to business 1% is not bad.
Should it be a separate site?
No. It can be same site. It can be same site. Yeah, just different structure a bit so that they cannot escape. And if you want a tool to build landing pages easily, I can show you one.
And for free?
No. Good ones are not really for free, but Unbounce. There is Unbounce. It's a website specially made for creating landing pages. It's not very expensive, I think. Okay, it's 79. It's a bit on the expensive side. Let's see Instapages. It's the second one. Okay, it's 69. Okay. I still got you. You can use Mautic. I showed you Mautic before, and Mautic has a tool to create landing pages. It's not as good as paid versions, but it's still pretty okay.
So we can use like original website, and additionally we can do some landing pages.
Yes.
For like advertising targeted.
Yeah. And the wonderful things about landing pages is that when you create one landing page, so our logistics company creates one landing page and they put a lot of effort, and then they just copy, they clone and create second one, Uzbekistan and Ukraine, and then just change text a little bit and that's it.
So what about domain?
Domain, it can be the same domain, but we usually use subdomain. So we put, for example, landing.domain.com. So that landing pages kind of live in their own place. But for you guys, when you, for example, go on internet and you click links, you never look on the top. You never think like, oh my God, it's went to www. Oh my God, yeah, I'm past, that's it, I'm going away. So you don't really care where it goes. But again, if you have some technology guy, you can just ask him to help you set it up, and that's it.
But we shouldn't place the link to our homepage from landing page.
Yes, no. Because then they can escape. So it's the same thing as, you know, like, I'll give an example from my married life. So if here is my kitchen, and here's a table, I sit here, and my wife comes, and here's the door, and here's my wife, and she says that you have to do something. If she blocks the exit, I cannot do anything. I cannot escape much. There is a window. But I'm too fat to go in through the window, and we live on the 3rd floor. So landing page is kind of like pressing. You want or not. That's it. And if you have your own web, and landing page is also great because people who come to visit your landing page, you can then do remarketing to them. So in that sense, if they don't come right away, you can still get them.
But the landing page are only good in paying advertising.
Yes, mostly for that, or email campaigns.
Yeah, because it's not possible to use them in SEO.
No, not really. They're not really made for that. So yeah, but landing pages can be an amazing way. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye. So landing page is also a great way to test different things. For example, logistics companies or some other companies that have really big trucks or big cars. You can, for example, you know, like you have a huge car, you know, like I don't know, like I'm not really good at drawing, I realized. So you have
already mentioned.
Yes. So if you have a big car, so you can, for example, create something really fun. You know where's QR code, right? So imagine this: you have a huge truck that delivers different goods, and you have a huge QR code, and you say here, scan to see what is inside of me. And obviously, you cannot tell what is inside, because if you're a logistic company and you tell everybody what is inside of your truck, you're not going to be working for very long. But then this QR code can go to the landing page. And then you can see how many people saw our trucks and got, you know, like interested in it. And then in this landing page, you can tell like, hey, we cannot really tell you, sorry, what is inside, but usually we deliver this and these goods from all over the world. So again, this is one way you can use landing pages to just quickly build something. So you don't have to like ask the IT guy and do the agency stuff and all that. Okay, good? Still good? Okay. We are on our last 1 hour. So we talked.
Just one question
yes?
about the previous. So
yeah?
Is it possible to check where if the lead comes from your QR code? Okay.
Of course, it's possible. Easiest way to create QR code is using Google. I'll show you. Google shortener. There is this website called Google. Check it out. It's Google's website, don't worry. So website is goo.gl, and then if you go here and you can put, I'll log in quickly. You can log in with free account, Google account, and then here I'm gonna put some long URL, some really long URL, like this, shorten URL, and then here, see analytics data. Where's the QR code generation? Wait. So it creates a short URL, and every time somebody clicks it, you can see that there has been clicks already. It tracks which country and so forth. But it also creates QR code, but it's weird. There we go. You click QR code and then it creates QR code. And now if I scan it, it goes to that URL that I put there. Easy. Easy stuff. All right. More lead scoring we talked about. Now we are in the business to consumer territory. Are you still interested?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure, okay. All right. So, business to consumer is something that I think is really, really awesome, because I realized that if you have something that you can ship to people from Ukraine, you can do business anywhere in the world. Because even right now, you know, we sell our leather goods to Germany, UK, America, Canada, Mexico, and so forth. But let's talk about, I'm gonna talk about web shops mostly today, because that's my specialty and so forth. So let's say you have a website where you send stuff by mail yourself. So the wonderful thing is that if you want to open a really good web shop, you can just go to Shopify.com. Shopify.com, and you can open web store in like 5 minutes, and you can accept credit cards and so forth if you have European or American entity. But we already talked about transition period and so forth. But what is really good is you can get started right now. So if you sell some products, open the website, connect the payment processing system, put advertisement on Facebook, and you can start right away. But the good thing is that customer pays possible import duties and taxes. Now, for example, if you ship directly from Ukraine to, for example, Germany, if it's in Germany, the minimum amount before the taxation comes in is 20 euro. If your product is over 20 euro, the German person will receive a notice that this product has been held in customs and he has to pay duties.
So just one question. If it comes for service.
What?
Service. I mean, like you are selling service.
Yeah.
Not a real thing.
Yeah.
What about like if you, what is the law? What is the legislation in European?
Selling service.
Yeah.
So the thing is.
Or it may be a wrong question because every country maybe, but of course EU generally they have the common law.
To be honest, if you sell service in EU, let's imagine that this is EU. There are different countries in European Union, and every country has VAT. You know VAT, right? So, for example, Finland, because Finland is so expensive, we have 24 VAT, and then I think Estonia is 19. I'm not sure. So basically, what happens is, if you sell, for example, services, even like digital services or some like phone service, whatever services, European Union, in order to help you, and think about it, this is pretty good, in order to help you, really you, they say that you have to look at the list of countries, and I'm going to show the list here. Threshold EU. Let's check it out. So here you can see every country has a minimum amount. So let's check it out. Finland, 10,000. So in Finland, when you sell less than 10,000 euro, you don't have to pay VAT. But then, so this is the way that the European Union helps you. If you sell for less than 10,000, you don't have to pay VAT. But then, if you go over, you have to add 20% on top of your price, and then this 24% you have to return to Finland every month.
Why every month?
Because we have reporting every month. So for example, if you see here, it says Greece nil. Means if you sell to Greece, you basically have to start paying right away. But then we see something like Austria, 30,000. So basically that. So in that sense, when you start selling in European Union, like consumer goods and stuff like that, and if you see here, some countries have for goods one price, minimum threshold, and for services different price. You see for goods 75,000, which is a lot, I think, and then for services 37. So this is the reason why European Union is helping you. They want you to sell there, and they want you to test and see if there is actually something happening, sales coming or something, before they put the shits on you. So in that sense, you can start and you don't have to worry about it, but you have to collect later VAT.
Can you tell me one more?
Yeah.
This is for importing services and products, or for exporting?
For exporting, Ukraine, EU.
No, importer pays.
No, export.
Yeah, I mean, like from Europe, from Ukraine perspective, it's exporting, but if you look from European perspective, it's importing.
Yeah, the importer pays.
What? Importer pays.
European company pays. So you sell without VAT, but in the end, the customer should.
Your customer will pay this VAT.
Yes. But the thing is that when you import and stuff like that, the person who declares and pays the duties and declares the tax and so forth, he will be in charge of collecting VAT.
For example, I'm selling services for 7,000, let's say, euro.
Yes.
So, and my client is paying like 20% VAT.
More, yes.
More. So once per purchase, right? So
Like from everything, from every single euro, you have to put 24% on top.
yes, but for example, he paid and that's all. We finished our business, right?
Yes.
Next time, if I sell one more time, they will pay one more time VAT, yeah?
No, but it's collected. If you go over this limit, it can, like, after that, everything has to be collected. But before that, you don't have to collect VAT.
Yeah, so I think in terms of B2B, so your partner or client most probably is a VAT payer. So
Yes.
it doesn't change anything.
Yeah. And the reason why VAT is not a big problem for Finnish companies is this. I send a bill to Finnish company for 1,000 euro, for example. I put 24% on top. So I send him bill for 1,240 euro. This you understand, right? This 240 euro, it's not my money. It's the government money. So if I do anything with this money, it's very bad. Yeah. But the good thing about it is that if I go to buy MacBook and it costs 1,000 also, but because I buy MacBook in Finland, you also pay VAT. So MacBook, for example, 1,240 euro, and then at the end of the month, I owe the government 240 euro, and I paid 240 euro, and then it means they cancel it out, and I don't owe anything.
It's if you are a company.
Yes. If I'm a company in Finland.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Individual, so that's.
Yes, so that's why if you bill your Polish customer or your Finnish customer VAT, it will not be a problem for them. Yeah. If they have VAT in their country.
It's in B2B.
Yes, yeah, B2B. But B2C, obviously, they pay and you return to the government. Yes. And the problem is now is that not a problem, but I'll be really honest with you. Like in Ukraine, a lot of people sell a lot of stuff to EU, and they don't really worry about this. But the problem is that now there is digitalization. So now it goes to the point where if you don't do it, they will just block it at customs. They can just block it and that's it. So in that sense, it makes sense to get it all working correctly.
First time, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
have to leave.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a long day.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
It was very cool. Yeah. Have a good stay here.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye. So, so the good thing is that if you have your own web shop and you ship directly, it's truly global. You can ship anywhere in the world. The VAT limit is pretty big, so if you have something consumer oriented, you're not gonna hit the limit fast. But the problem is higher shipping costs. Sending product from Ukraine to, for example, Australia is not cheap, and it takes a lot of time. Delivery time is really long, and it's unreliable. You cannot know what's happening, what's going on. And then, but the bad thing obviously is also you have to make sure that the web shop works and all that. And then marketing, you have to do marketing, Instagram, Facebook, expensive returns. So if somebody from Australia wants to return to Ukraine, that's not really cheap for him either. But then, marketplace. This is where I think Ukraine have amazing opportunity. Just bananas. Like really, really freaking crazy. So, let's take an example. And I like to always show stuff because obviously it's very dry, the text. Let's do an example. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon.co.uk. You know Amazon and .co.uk is just Great Britain's version of Amazon. Let's put here, for example, let's put here leather wallet for women. Let's try that. Okay, let's see these wallets. Okay. And then I have an application called Jungle Scout, and now I can see how much money they make every month. The people who sell wallets on Amazon, I can see that this guy makes £4,000 a month and he sells 206 products. I can go check out his product. This product he makes every month £4,100. Okay, but let's go to America, the land of the free and other stuff. So let's go to Amazon.com, which is American version of Amazon. Let's go to women's tops. Okay, no, dangerous territory. I want to keep this children friendly.
Stick to wallets.
Yes. But here is just an example. But in America things go crazy. Check this out. Let's wait for a little bit. We wait. Wait. So slow. Okay, now it's coming. Yes. So check this out. This guy sells for $161,000 a month. Just one type of clothes.
The price is almost $10 only.
Yes. It's a shirt, so no wonder that it's cheap. Yeah, $160,000 a month, one shirt. And the wonderful part is what? You open a company in America, in Delaware, don't have to say who you are, and then you register at Amazon.com, you ship your goods to Amazon, you pay the customs, you put it here, and you can sell just as much. Because marketplace already provides people, they're already searching for stuff. So let's take wallets, because let's keep it PG-13. So leather wallets. Okay, so the stuff that we sell mostly for women, so I'm gonna go with women. Leather wallets for, I went to baby section, didn't mean to. So let's see how much the wallets are selling for. Okay, we see some pretty good players. Pretty good players. Let's check again. And wait. This program that I use called Jungle Scout, and it's a paid application, but still not very expensive. But check it out. $76,000 a month. This wallet. $36. Do you think we can make this cheaper in Ukraine?
You can probably.
Yes?
$5.
Well, no, if it's real leather and like hand craftsmanship, no. But I'm sure we can do better than 36.
But it's a
But
price already.
take into account that 36, it's shipping,
Yes.
it's customs, it's commission of Amazon,
Yes.
it's
Advertisement, returns, and so forth. Yes, it's definitely, what I'm trying to just say is that the marketplace is huge. And the thing is that there are similar marketplaces like this. Etsy, Wish, Fancy, Artfire, Davanda, and so forth. And I will show you an example. Just a small example.
But the competition is very high. For example, if you are selling on Etsy, I was trying just for my hobby. It is okay. You are putting your keywords, you are putting everything, but for example, bracelet or necklace, 1,000
Yes.
items. And, how?
I can tell you. This is the stuff that we sell on Etsy. We started selling on Etsy before even we had a website. We just put stuff on Etsy, and you can see that's me, shop owner, I guess. And here is the stuff that we, for example, sell. And notice that this is much more expensive than Amazon. And we still sell it, and people are pretty happy. But the way that we get sales is that every platform is like little Google. You have to optimize the listing. So for example, in Etsy, if you have many pictures, ranking go up. If you mention something in the title, ranking go up. If you have reviews, go up. So you have to play the game. Every single platform is different and requires different type of optimization. But did you know that there are so many Ukrainian companies that sell on Etsy? Like, I didn't know about it, but like, they sell for millions of euros.
Altogether.
Together, of course. And it's pretty crazy. So what I'm trying to say is that if you have a product, and you want to get started, in many cases it's easier to go to a platform where people are already searching for it. Searching and wanting to get it. So if you do through platform, it's easy to get started. Customer pays possible import duties again. Truly global, you can sell anywhere. Platform provides easy access to millions of customers and less crowded space and easier to get noticed. So you say there are like jewelries, like, thank you, bye-bye. So there is a lot of jewelries. So like, we are now, you know, like, the crowd is getting smaller and smaller. Only the ones, you know, with the true power are staying here behind. So the titans of Ukraine export revolution. So anyway, the point is that, of course, if you see on Etsy like necklace, there may be like 1,000 different necklaces. But if you check Google, there are 100 million.
Sure.
So that's why it's still smaller competition, because not everybody is in Etsy, but almost everybody is in Google. Okay, so again, shipping cost, higher shipping cost, long delivery time, blah, 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 and marketplace charges commission. That was a very good point. Amazon is not doing it for free just because they're such a nice people, you know.
And
they charge.
This commission is not small.
It depends on the category. It's from several percent to 20%. So it moves. And the 20% is usually like clothes and where markup is big.
But it is still okay.
Still okay.
Compared to what you have to do to deal with a distributor physical.
Yes.
They will ask for 35.
Yes. I absolutely agree. And usually in marketplace there is also advertising inside and you have to use it to get started. So in Etsy, if you put your ad or if you put your product and you're like, okay, now money coming in, you call your wife, you're like, soon we're going to move to a better house and so forth because I opened an account at Etsy. So obviously you have to do optimization and you have to do marketing in the marketplace. And then expensive returns again. But then, this is, I think, the Ukrainian business to consumer revolution. Did you know that Amazon has FBA? FBA. It's the most wonderful thing for you guys if you sell to business to consumers. I will explain why. Check this out. So Amazon has warehouses like this. And do you know why Amazon warehouse is one of the worst places to work ever?
Because only robots are working.
No, there is no robots.
No?
No, for now no robots. Because you know why? If you have one order and there is like one ring and one something, robot cannot pick up small things, it will break and so forth. But the problem is you get a trolley. You know what is a trolley, right? You get a trolley and you have a small computer. And that computer beeps and it says, okay, you have to pick up order number 6500 and you have to pick up first item. Go straight 100 meters and then turn left and it navigates you. But then if you're late, 1 second, it starts to beep.
So you have to go other direction.
No, you have to go quicker. And if you think too long when picking, it says you are late 4 seconds. Now to get the next item, I'm gonna give you 4 seconds less.
So it's always pushing.
So it's always trying to get you at the max. If you're not working at the max, you're not earning well. So because for Amazon, everybody has to work by second the way that they want so that they can work as fast as possible. So that's why it's not really good. But for us, it's amazing. Why? Because Amazon gonna rent you this space and they will do delivery and everything. So if you check out Amazon FBA pricing, let's check it out. So what do they charge for that? Let's check it out. Okay, that's not right URL. Let's check it from Amazon directly. So this is I think where it gets really wonderful. Check it out. Storage. They charge 60 cents per cubic foot. 60 cents. Cubic foot is like this.
Per month?
Per month. Per month. And if it's October, December is where they do most of the December sales, so they charge more in the season time, like tourist companies, you know. So, but another time. So if you have, for example, 10 cubic feet, then you pay €6 a month for 10 cubic feet in United States.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. And when they ship product for you in US, it's $3.
Inside the US.
Inside the US.
It's like always free.
Yes.
So any to Hawaii?
I think so, yeah, pretty much. And then they have oversized pricing if you sell really big things and so forth. But if you sell small things, and we're talking business to consumer, it's very cheap. And what is wonderful about FBA is that you don't have to sell on Amazon.com to use this. So if you don't want to pay commission, you can sell yourself and then use them for logistics. And now what's happening with Amazon is that they are bringing...
You mean to sell from your store?
Yes, but Amazon ship. So imagine now the opportunities that Ukrainian companies have. Because what is most expensive if you think about selling in Europe, in, for example, USA? Logistics. how to get it there, how to get it smart, how to make sure that it actually goes there, be reliable, cost effective. There it is. So I think this is truly a wonderful thing, and more Ukrainian companies should do it. And I think what would be even better if there was a cluster in Ukraine, like a cluster for B2C or something, and they take many different companies and they use the space together. So they do it once, but for everybody. Because, you know, obviously, I don't know how in Ukraine people think about competition, but USA is such a huge place. There is space for every single Ukrainian company.
For everyone.
Yes. So in that sense, I think it's something that, you know, if I were, you know, in the ministry or thinking about export in Ukraine in B2C, I think that's a very good solution. Because very cheap. Amazon doesn't say 1,000 to start. They say you can start with 60 cents. Who logistic company can tell you we start with 60 cents? Nobody. Okay, so here is important. What I think is very fast delivery. And this is amazing. Do you know that Amazon has same day delivery? You order before 12 o'clock, you receive it before end of the day. And they also have free returns.
It's a premium option.
Yeah, premium membership, yeah.
But it's inside the country.
Yeah, it should be inside certain territory and so forth. Yeah, of course. And so millions, blah, blah, blah. Affordable shipping cost. Much cheaper to ship from using Amazon from US to US than from Ukraine to US. And then partner usually handles return as well. Amazon also handles returns. So if customer in US wants to return product, we can Amazon can handle it. And then they charge commission, but if you sell on Amazon.com, for example, but if you use your own website to sell and you use just logistics, you don't have to pay commission. Then blah blah blah. Warehousing. Okay, not global solution, because if you have only in US warehouse, it's not really good to send to European Union. So if you want to cover the whole world, or at least Europe and US, you have to have, they have warehouse in Europe and they have in US, so you can put in both places if you want. And requires higher starting capital, and this is because you have to, pay duties and import tax. So if you bring 1,000 wallets, you have to pay straight the duties and import tax. So you have to have a little bit of capital. And then you have to carry the cost of handling import duties and taxes. But in European Union, taxes and duties not really hard work, but in US there are bonds and some other crap.
So you have to hire someone who will do this for you? Or
yeah, but
Amazon also does this?
Amazon doesn't do anything that is logistics, but there are Kiev companies who do that. So, yeah, so I don't know any like particular, but you can just Google, because I know for sure. And then if you use your own web shop, but you fulfill by third party, this means you have your own shop, but the Amazon, for example, does logistics. I think this is the best mix. In the beginning, it's good to start with Amazon, but the commission at some point will start to eat your profit. It's better to have your own shop and start to sell your own things. So that's why, even though we sell on Etsy and do other stuff and use platforms, we still want to sell through our website, because we have total control. Also, Amazon doesn't tell you, for example, contact information of your customers.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know who buys. So you cannot send them an email later and say like, hey, you know, John, you bought, you know, good wallet from us. Now Mother's Day is coming. Buy again. We'll give you discount. You cannot do that easily. You can of course put some paper in the package, but it's not really the same. There are some other tricks also. But okay, we have 20 minutes. I'll go quickly. So usually if you sell in B2C, the easiest way is to go to marketplace, like Etsy, Amazon, because you will be able to sell quicker, because there is a lot of people searching. For example, do you know how many times people search on Amazon for word cosmetic? cosmetics, you know, women's cosmetics.
Trillion times.
It's I think 200 million a month. So the volumes are just bananas. So in that sense, if you think about it, cosmetics, okay, what can for example, Ukrainian company do? For example, Ukrainian company could position itself as organic cosmetics maker. You know, organic where they don't use chemicals. I think it's very important because you know, it creates a different product. If you search on Amazon, how many times people search for organic cosmetics? It's not a lot anymore. 200, 500,000 a month. But still, for a Ukrainian company, it's a lot. So yeah. So Google AdWords, we talked about it. The same thing works with if you sell wallets or something. Google AdWords, Facebook marketing is really good. For example, in Facebook, when you buy marketing, you can select in targeting. You can say like, hey, show my advertisement to women who are pregnant.
Facebook knows everything.
Yes, yes. Or you can say like, show my advertisement to women who have birthday coming up tomorrow. And then you get advertisement and say, hey, 20% off discount for your birthday.
So the advertisement to the boyfriend of the woman.
That would be great, but it doesn't let you like select like has a girlfriend who has birthday coming up. That would be really great. So, and then Instagram, if you sell something that is beautiful, you know Instagram is obviously really good. YouTube, obviously really good. Pinterest, I don't know if you know Pinterest. You know, women are crazy about Pinterest, especially in the US, so really good place. Search engine.
Well, what is the idea of Pinterest? You cannot buy there, you cannot write there, it's just photos.
It's like a scratch board, you know, like before women and men cut from the magazine stuff they like and put on the wall, it's like the same. But you can buy those stuff. If you click on the image, it takes you to the shop, usually. Search engine optimization and affiliate marketing. This is really, really, really powerful. I don't know if people do affiliate marketing in Ukraine a lot.
Like Booking.com is doing affiliate.
Yeah. So let's use wallets. Since I know something about wallets, hopefully. So let's say wallet costs $100. I'm just going to use round numbers so it's easier to calculate. So affiliate marketing means I find a girl, for example, in America that has very lot of followers on Instagram, maybe like 2 million followers. 2 million followers. And then I tell her that put an advertisement on your Instagram page about our product and put there like URL of our web shop and tell to your followers that if they use code Ukraine, for example, they get 10% off from the purchase. Then at the end of the month, we'll see how many times this code was used. For example, 100 times. 100 times multiplied by 90, because 10% discount, by 90 is how much?
900?
9,000. 9,000, for example, euro. And then you agree with this follower that from this amount you will give 10% to this girl. So, of course, if it's 100 purchases, it's not really a lot of money for the follower, but I can give an example. We have a customer in Finland called Oura Ring. They create this kind of smart ring that measures your pulse and your sleep and everything. There's a small computer here, and they used affiliate marketing just this way. They contacted a good person who had a lot of followings and so forth and so forth. Sold so much. So much.
Like working with opinion leaders.
Yes, influencers. Yeah, definitely. So in that sense, affiliate marketing is really good because you lose money only when you make money. So you don't pay to this person like $3,000 and say like, hey, let's create an advertisement. You say let's share the money. So this is affiliate marketing, and it's really powerful. And I think not a lot of people use it in Ukraine who do business to consumer.
No, they're using more and more, especially Ukrainian retail brands. They're using Instagram. Powerful people, let's say.
Yeah, but I mean like affiliate marketing outside of the country, you know. So if there is some shop in Ukraine and they sell abroad, they could use influencer in US and so forth. Because getting traffic in US can be really hard for you. And then building trust. So if you have a website in B2C, you have to still do the same things, but you have to do a bit different. So modern design, international domain, easy to navigate. Find contact information easily, product services displayed clearly, prices are easy to find, purchasing process is simple and easy, support for international credit cards is important. So for many times Ukrainian companies have issues with the credit cards, international credit cards and so forth, but I think now it's getting easier and easier. And good customer support, obviously. So Americans, for example, are the worst people for customer support. They're spoiled, just really spoiled. They expect amazing customer support. Like that's why when we do our stuff, if somebody's unhappy just a little bit, we just give the money, give the product, like whatever. Because in America, if you have a brand with a very good service, people will be always willing to pay more, always. Because for example, in Ukraine, I don't know what is mentality. If you know you get good service, are you willing to pay twice more?
It's already happening, I think, right now.
It's not clear.
It depends. It depends.
It depends from low layer of social
class.
Social class.
Yes. So maybe it is. But let's say
the most successful retail chain is a low-cost discounter. So they are growing like crazy. So this is, I would say, this is what explains.
The price matters
a lot for now, but it's gonna.
For example, if you are talking about luxury products, you may know define a chain. They are selling luxury alcohol drinks, and people are paying twice and triple more just for service. And they created their chain due to service. But if you place the same product in metro,
different store.
Yes, so people will see the price, not just the quality of service.
So they have the brand.
Yeah.
So people pay for the brand and they associate good service with the brand.
Yeah.
So that's why Apple makes a lot of money also because of the brand.
I think that there are two countries crazy about like customer and service support. First is US, and second should be, I think, Japan. Because Japan, they borrow this from US. Because US, they open the gate for export.
Yeah, and in Japan, I think you are correct because of this whole honor, saving face, and a lot of like the culture is, I think, also.
Yeah, they're crazy about, because if you go to the restaurant in Japan, nobody will wait for 10 minutes. No one.
Okay.
Everyone is very quick, fast, good service. It's only, I think, to maybe Singapore also.
Maybe, but again, in European Union, people also expect customer support, but not as good as in US. Not that much. Yeah. Okay, so great pictures. So that's obviously very important when you sell B2C, because pictures in most cases mean if you get conversion or not. And then easy to contact support. So many times people hide their contact information. But in US, if they don't find contact information like in 5 seconds, then it's a bad company. Clear shipping policy, return policy, this is already expected, but it's good to know. And easy to find information about the company. So if it's made in Ukraine, say that we're Ukrainian. And in many cases, what Ukrainian companies don't do, they don't tell a story. So imagine this. I say that, I have like understanding of Ukrainian market. I realize that here's good leather products, good expertise. I decided to export it because I think it makes financial sense. Or I tell the story, which is actually a true story. The reason why I came up with the idea for Cantoneri and the leather products is that a lot of people now, I'm sure in Ukraine also, buy from AliExpress. Yeah? I mean, maybe not everybody, but a lot of, and people want to get cheapest, quickest, you know, like the China rules because of that. So I thought about it like, before we used to have products that lasted very long. So I don't know if you guys know Zinger sewing machine, or, you know, that thing is like, it can like withstand like atom bomb, and it's still working and still doing things. And before, for example, men only had one suit. He got married in it and he got buried in it. not very, you know, like maybe a bit depressing. But the same thing with, for example, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, and so forth. Nowadays, our clothes is made to wear very quickly because it has to be really cheap. So I thought that this is now a mega trend in European Union and in US. People get too much information about new products, so now they buy less, but they spend more, and they buy sustainable products. So they buy something for long term and they research more. So before it was like, let's buy this, who cares? You know, like washing machine, you know, like $200, whatever, just like get it in. Now the idea is, there is so much advertisement and I don't believe anybody. I'm going to do a little bit of research, I'm going to buy from a company that I feel is trustworthy, and I'm going to buy it for maybe 5-10 years. And this is a mega trend. And that's why I thought like, hey, handmade products made from leather and leather goods, they are kind of like opposite of AliExpress. AliExpress is quick, mass-produced, cheap.
Mass market.
Yes, I want to sell less expensive handmade. And this is the story that I tell on the website and so forth. And people understand, and it's actually true, I don't lie. This is not something that marketing, I really thought about it and I really decided to do it. So I think you have to tell the story. It's wonderful because, you know, like even Steve Jobs, he tells a story. This is how I started Apple and so forth. He could have said, hey, we have expensive crap that we sell really like at high price. Please buy.
It doesn't mean that it has to be a true.
It doesn't mean that, but it's better if it's true because it sounds better.
I can tell you because I've been stuck to beauty industry, cosmetics and perfumery maybe 12 years ago. And there were so many legends. But these legends, they were selling the product, really. Because people, they like...
More about maybe company story. Not the product story, you know, but maybe company story. Who started it? A young mother in Ukraine who wanted to create wonderful jewelry. Or a man who got really excited about coffee and wanted to bring awesome coffee to Ukraine. I mean that, more of that.
I see.
Because that is true. And it feels better because you can actually prove that it's true. In a way, because for example, like Apple, we know what happened. He went away, he came back, blah blah blah. So that's basically, and then reviews by other people. So you have to allow people to create reviews, and it has to be real reviews.
How can you manage this? Because it could be like.
You can use you can, for example, use sites like Trustpilot. Trustpilot is the website that gathers feedback from real people, and Trustpilot is not owned by you, and they verify reviews, so you cannot have fake ones. For example, in Amazon, when people leave reviews, Amazon checks that he actually bought the product and product was shipped to him. So you cannot just go and just like randomly type.
Tricky thing because people are more willing to write negative reviews than positive.
Yeah,
if you are happy, so...
Yeah, but this is why the customer service has to be so good, because you have to be so happy that he writes a review. But if you do something small, small problem, he writes right away that, you know, like this was horrible experience. But if you want to get positive review, we sold maybe like 100, not 100, maybe like 50, 60 wallets before we got maybe 2-3 reviews. But then when we got first 2 reviews, then the sales started to go up because people started to see, at least 2 people bought and they were happy.
Artem,
that's it.
Sorry, but we have like 2 minutes.
I have already done.
Oh, great!
Yes. So this is my contact information. You can take a picture of the slide, but I'm obviously going to send the slides to you guys through our contact person here. And yeah, so if it would be wonderful if you could also write to the organizers what you would want to hear more about. Because the program is really wonderful in that sense that the program tries to offer you what you want. So please let us know what you would want to, like if you want like a master class in something, one thing, Amazon or LinkedIn or something, maybe like 2 hours of something interesting to you, let us know. What would be interesting? Search engine optimization for European market. Or maybe you would want LinkedIn marketing in US. What would you consider interesting? And then we can... Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. That was good.
Hopefully it was useful.